The 2024 college football season has arrived. Tonight, it's the Jackson State Tigers taking on the ULM Warhawks. It's the Sun Belt Conference on ESPN+. Hasn't rained in a month in Monroe. Yet tonight, right before kickoff, the skies opened up. Tonight, it's the Jackson State Tigers versus the ULM, the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Sean Fox, joined by my tag team partner Desmond Lightning. We're excited about the start of a 2024 season, the broadcast booth, but we're more excited about the start of the Bryant Vincent era in Monroe.
I mean, you smell that?
Smells like football.
It smells like football,
Yeah.
baby, and the rain is right on time, man. This entire town is excited about a new era for ULM football, and that goes the same to say for Jackson State, but because you have T.C. Taylor coming into his second year, got his guys in there, he's excited as well.
Yeah, the prime era is over, the T.C. Taylor era. He's got more of his guys in this year, an exciting year too. When we start talking about his guys, there's a lot offensively. He's got a big offensive line. He's got talented wide receivers, and Des, it starts with their talented quarterback, Jacoby and Morgan, the transfer out of Syracuse. If you drew a quarterback in the lab, you want him to look like Jacoby and Morgan.
Yeah, he looks like Cam Newton. I mean, he could play tight end if he wanted to. He can run by you, and he can run you over. And you know what? Balling at Syracuse, first freshman to start.
They set one of 7 all-time to start as a freshman.
And
That's
now,
pretty impressive.
Exactly, and now he's over there in the SWAC. So, you know, this is going to be a great time for football.
On the other side of the football field, the General has arrived in Monroe. It's General Booty, and those Booty bloodlines in the 318, Des, they run really deep.
I need to know what they were eating, that entire family, legendary athletic genetics. And he got his uncle telling him how to play quarterback. He got his grandfather telling him how to play baseball. It's incredible. And now he's here ready to turn this program around.
Uncle, NFL, Major League Baseball, dad, wide receiver, grandfather, quarterback in the SEC. We've got a good one tonight in Monroe between Jackson State and ULM as we get ready to kick off the 2024 season. And there's T.C. Taylor, the head coach of the Jackson State Tigers, Des, getting ready for his second year, a lot more comfortable than he was in year number 1.
Absolutely. There's not really a head coaching manual out there. So you take this Jackson State legend, played quarterback for Jackson State. Now you elevate him. He knows what to do, but he's learning on the job. And now his second year in it, he's ready to go.
And there's Bryant Vincent. A lot of people excited about what he has brought to the table. He says the power's in the people. He needs the people to support him starting tonight.
Got a chance to sit down with him. He says what we talked about, what comes from the heart goes to the heart. And you could tell when he talks, he means what he's saying, and people are rallying around him.
And Des, you know, paying attention to what the national pundits say, there's a lot of them that have them ranked 134. Well, if you don't know, there's 134 teams at the FCS level. He embraces it. He says, absolutely, that we are what we are. They've got T-shirts made with 134. They want to prove them wrong.
Not only does he embrace it, he recruited players specifically that embraced it and say, hey, you guys want to come to Monroe, Louisiana and take this program from last to first? Come with me.
So we get ready to kick off the 2024 campaign. We get to see General Booty first. As we talked about in our open, those Booty bloodlines, well, they run deep in the 318.
You know, it kind of reminds you of the Manning family, and, you know, they're like thoroughbred horses apparently, but it's a lot of it is mentality, and they talk more football around the dinner table than people talk at quarterback camp, so it's pretty impressive.
Gerardo Beza to kick off for Jackson State. Back deep, Jake Godfrey, number 2, and the explosive return man, number 3, Devon Wells. He was a 2-time all-conference returner in his last stop at Long Island, so he is dangerous when he catches the football.
Absolutely. He's got a Tyreek Hill type vibe, man. He's explosive, very twitchy, and he'll cut you deep or shallow.
And it will be Wells calling for a fair catch, so thought we get to see him explosive return at first, but we're going to have to wait a little while longer on that one.
Do you know the skills it takes to call a fair catch on the first play of the season? So good discipline there.
Well, I would not know that, but I'm going to rely on you for the.
You just want to hit somebody, man. You just want to get the jitters out.
I thought he wanted to, get out there and return it, but no, he's got. Look, we'll see. We'll get to see General Booty. We'll get to see the offense, Des. And one thing with talking to Coach Vincent before this game is we are going to see them be physical. They are going to try to test this defensive line with the run game.
Absolutely, and look for them to do a lot of high percentage passes. You have a new quarterback, new team out there. You want to try to build their confidence over time. And Jackson State's going to want to try to heat them up and see if they can draw some mistakes out of them.
Booty will begin in the pistol. Behind him is talented true freshman number 22, Ahmad Hardy. They'll put a man in motion. The give is to Hardy. He makes one man miss at the backfield. He's up to the 30. Got green grass in front of him. 35-40. He's across midfield, up to the 40, down to the 36-yard line. And Des, He just gave us an example of why he is the first true freshman to ever start at running back for Bryant Vincent on plays like that.
Yeah, and look at that offensive line, plowing the hole, come out there, create an extra guy, press it front side, puts his foot in the ground and cuts it backside. Ahmad Hardy is a home run hitter. Coach Broderick Fobbs talked about how he has the big playability. That's why they want to let him run.
Brought down at the 36-yard line. Great opening play for the Warhawks in business on the plus side, one play in. Booty puts a man in motion. Gives it away on the jet sweep. It's Wells. He'll cut back inside to the 30, and he'll go down at the 29-yard line. Walker there to make the stop.
Incredible. And Coach talked about wanting to see if this defense can run sideline to sideline. They're already testing them. They tested them in the middle. Now they're testing them to the side. But take a look at that tight end. Number 80, Nate Sullivan, securing that block to actually help him get the edge there.
Walker and Hawkins in there to make the stop. So a good run by Wells on a 7-yard gain makes it 2nd and 3. Already a drive from the Warhawks' first possession of the season. They got 2 wide receivers to the far side. Booty will remain in the pistol, put his tight end in motion. Quick throw to Wells, and Des, he caught that and lost a couple yards on the play.
Yeah, just a little, once again, high percentage pass, trying to get that confidence going. Didn't want to overcook it. He undercooked it there. And when he comes back in film, he's going to want that back. He's going to want that back because there was definitely a lane set up by Nate Sullivan on that screen.
Didn't lose any yards, but it will be 3rd and 3. ULM on their first drive of the ball game. 13-13 remaining here in the first quarter.
You got a 3rd and medium here. Always curious.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things here. Actually, they did lose 2 yards, makes it 3rd and 5. Back to the 31.
They like to run a lot of man coverage, a lot of blitz game. 0.
Puts Wells in motion. Booty under all kinds of pressure. He's going to be swamped under safety blitz by Isaias Guthrie, one of the top players in the FBS level. He second team preseason all SWAC this year.
Yeah, you got a 6'1", 183-pound baller coming after you right there off the edge. And they're just testing that blitz pickup. They ran zeros, man-on-man, safety deep, and brought one more than ULM could block.
So Guthrie, one of the top defenders at the FCS level, comes unblocked, gets a sack, and what was a good drive for ULM will come to a close.
Yep, and they're gonna want that back. You can tell this offense, they like to try to stay on time. So that, think back to that screen, that errant pass took them off schedule.
And new punter, Ryan McKenzie, he's an Australian. This is his first time ever punting in a football game, and his first one's a good one.
Great one. Look, Coach.
Down inside, down to the 6-yard line. So, heck, not a bad debut for the Australian punter.
Not bad at all. First time where he could actually get hit. Coach Vincent talked about how he had to tell him, look, they can hit you, so make sure you get that thing away.
First drive scoreless. Jackson State gets their first possession coming up here in Monroe for the start of the 2024 season on ESPN+. back inside Malone Stadium as ULM's drive comes to a close after a good opening run by Ahmad Hardy. Welcome to college football, 39-yard run. We get a chance to see now Jacobian Morgan. Boy, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception before he went down with injury last year, Des. He is a good one.
Absolutely. High-profile football player. Check him out. They like to run to the divide zone.
And he's going to give it to the talented freshman Travis Terrell. Let me tell you something about this young man, 5'8", out of Atlanta, Georgia. Jackson State returns their top 7 rushers from this year. Top 7 from last year, excuse me. There you see Travis Terrell getting the start as a true freshman.
Yep, and look at the gaps they're actually creating. Their offensive line, they're all 6'5", 300+. They can create movement up front. And he can pull it from that quarterback position, so the defensive end has to stay home.
But only picked up a yard on the play at 2nd and 9, and Morgan will go empty, put 3 receivers to his near side and 2 to the far. He'll put a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself on the quarterback keep. Short gain, picks up about 4 on the carry.
Yeah, that's Cavante Wells there, retracing from the defensive end position. He's a great rush in, but on the draw, it's the defensive lineman's responsibility to retrace their own step to make that play. So check, he's going to get upfield, right? Notice that he was getting that blow-by block, so he just retraces.
Makes it good tackle there, but would make it 3rd and 5. Morgan again. He'll be in the gun most of the game. Terrell to his left. Morgan under pressure, throws it over the middle, caught by Fabian McCray. That is a first down. Tackled by Traver Randall for the Warhawks, but Fabian McCray, a name to watch, again, on all kinds of preseason watch lists, whether it's HBCU or FCS. He's one of the most talented receivers in the league.
Yeah, just caught him on the drag route there. It was wide open.
First down of the ball game for Jackson State. Morgan looking to keep it again. And this time the Warhawks are ready for it. I know Billy Pullen was in there, as well as Randall once again.
Yeah, Billy Pullen is electric.
Loves to rush off the edge.
Call him a Tasmanian devil. But that draw, it keeps you honest. You have to stay in your rush lanes.
Nothing happening on it, but we've seen so far they're not afraid to run with Morgan, a true dual-threat quarterback.
Yeah, 4 plays, 2 draws?
Yeah.
Think about it. But they have to drive together, coming together.
Both teams picking up a first down, their first possession of the season. Tight end goes in motion. That's Landy. Morgan fakes it, gives it off to Landy. Makes one man miss, doesn't make the second and third man miss, but a powerful yard after catch run by Marvin Landy.
And Landy, dual threat, he can block and he'll also leak out of there and catch a pass.
Landy 6'4", 235 out of Lakeland, Florida. You'll hear a lot of transfers tonight. You'll hear a lot about it across college football, previously at Florida Atlantic.
Big time down right here.
3rd and 3 for Jackson State. 9:30 remaining here in our opening quarter.
Look like they're trying to set up an edge pressure there. The Warhawks are. They're checking out of it. So he felt the pressure. Yep. Whatever. He didn't like the look, so he comes to the line. He's going to change protection.
3rd and medium. Certainly the run game's open here. T.C. Taylor did not like what he saw from that ULM defense. Takes a timeout.
Yeah.
So both teams just kind of getting in the flow of the season. Both teams getting a first down on their first drive of the game. So far, we are scoreless. Jackson State facing 3rd and 3 when we come back.
Races Kids Club brought to you by Vantage Health Plan this season. Kids 12 and under get admission to all ULM home ticketed events and are provided with ULM themed prizes. You can sign up today by calling 318-342-OFF.
Together, the ULM Warhawks and St. Francis Health are reaching new heights both on and off the field. We cheer together, we heal together, we rise together. St. Francis Health is proud to be the official medical provider of the ULM Warhawks.
Congratulations to our Warhawks soccer team. They're 5-0, perfect on the season. They defeated McNeese earlier today. Find out more about soccer, our next match coming up September 5th, right next door at Brown Stadium. We'll take on Sam Houston.
TC Taylor, head coach of the Jackson State Tigers. He is a Jackson State man, not only a longtime assistant, Des, former quarterback for JSU.
Yeah, born and bred in the program now. And it's nothing like having a hometown hero step up. Second year as a head coach, he says he's getting the vibes. Now you got a big down for his team to try to build some confidence to get out of the shadow of their own goalposts.
And as we've seen so far, he's not afraid to run it with his quarterback, Jacoby and Morgan.
Yeah, I'd say draw alert.
Again, you got to be. There's only been 7 freshmen who have started at Syracuse at quarterback. He was one of them.
Look for some type of run-pass option set up to keep the ball in this quarterback's hands with the running option.
Again, he'll put Landy in motion, but there you go. That'll help you.
Yeah,
Our first penalty of the ball game.
They call those drive killers, Sean.
Yep.
Also coach killers.
Well, and you go from third and medium where you have the opportunity to run the football to now it looks like a 3rd and 8, Des. You got to pass it, and that's going to allow you to send Billy Pullen, which we're talking to Coach Vincent in our production meeting. This guy loves to blitz so much. All-American last year in Mississippi.
Not only
13 sacks.
Not only that, but it allows ULM to maybe sub out a run safety to put in a nickel, go to their dime package, maybe even their dollar package to 3-down linemen, which is look like they're going to do, put in an extra defensive back because you know it's a pass-only down.
Towns Blues just a little too excited on that 3rd down. There we see Billy Pullen.
Yep, they're in their 3-down front, ULM is.
Number 5, circle him all night long when it's 3rd and you know you have to pass the football. Billy Pullen's coming off the edge. They'll put a man in motion right to left. That's Fabian McCray. One of the many talented wide receivers the Tigers have. Quick screen caught right around the line of scrimmage before he's brought down by a host of Warhawks. First one to get him, Carl Glass, the pride of Washita High School, which seems to produce good players, Desmond Lighton.
Yeah, my alma mater right there. I've been watching this kid, young man, ball out for years now. Went to JUCO, transferred over. Now he's the leader of this defense. From a linebacker position, will linebacker make it all the way over there and stop the screen? He's got a nose for football.
I love the concept because they wanted to get Rico Powers in space. Again, one of 3 or 4. Actually, they go deeper than that. 4, 5, or 6 talented wide receivers. I like Rico Powers a lot, but good job of containment by that ULM defense.
That play was made by the false start.
Wells might get an opportunity, not. Matt Knoll, the punter for Jackson State, one of the top in the country preseason All-American.
And you can see why. He definitely put it out of reach for Devon. And it's a reason, because you want to limit his touches, period. And look to see ULM. They've already been trying to get him the ball. They want to create some opportunities for him to create mismatches.
Averaged just under 45 yards a punt last year. He could certainly flip the field. So we get to see the ULM offense once again. And Ahmad Hardy, first play from scrimmage, 39-yard run. That's it's not a bad debut.
No, and the ULM offensive line was creating a great push up front. They had what they wanted. They just have to stay on time.
Warhawks will have their second possession from their own 22-yard line with Booty in the pistol.
Big front.
They'll put McCray in motion.
Early season jitters. Looks like it's going to be a motion there, Sean.
We'll see on who. Jake Godfrey was the one in motion, excuse me. And it will be motion. Again, jitters, you just mentioned it, jitters early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Jake Godfrey, we talked with Coach Vincent the other day. There's a couple of players who changed their jerseys the other day. Jake Godfrey was one of them, from number 9 to number 2 just this week.
Yeah, well, you talked about defensive linemen having the single-digit numbers, and there's a prerequisite. You have to be good.
To be good, yeah.
To be a fat boy.
We're going to talk more about that. That's one of the new trends. Number 0 on the defensive line. Jeremiah Williams for Jackson State. He is good. And that is Godfrey in motion. Give is to Hardy once again. Positive yards up to the 24-yard line. Make it the 22-yard line.
And that just Yep, and that just 5 yards
tackled
plus
by,
yardage.
Tackled by Alan Walker, transfer from Louisiana Tech, just down the road. So he's playing with a little extra motivation.
Absolutely.
Going against the Warhawks.
Got his whole family in the stands, a little extra juice. But this is going to be an interesting chess battle between the offensive line and D-line with 22 back there.
2nd and 5, Godfrey in motion once again. They'll bring an H back in. Booty to Hardy once again, cuts back, got the first down and more up to the 32-yard line, and another first down run by Ahmad Hardy.
So it's so tough with a back like that because he will press front side into the last minute, and if you don't stay in your lanes, check him out. He's going to press, and he's going to put his foot in the ground, and 0 for Jackson State jumped out at the last minute, that single-digit number, and if you don't stay home, he gone.
Shamar Hawkins in there to finish it off for JSU. 1st and 10, I think he's just short of the first down.
And right now, Jackson State's D coordinator saying you have to stay gap sound.
They're going to go back and say he did not get the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Again, we're going to see a lot of motion tonight. This time they do get the first down. That's not in question, up to the 37-yard line.
Wasn't touched. Right now, ULM is winning the battle of the trenches. They're going to give Hardy a spell, and guess what? They have a stable of running backs.
Guthrie in there to make the stop once again. And if we don't see Hardy, we've seen him exclusively so far. James Jones is a name to watch. We'll probably see him quite a bit tonight.
It's so tough with all the tight ends and the H-backs. It's creating extra gaps that Jackson State has to account for. Right now they're shifting to account for it.
Warhawks got 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. There's going to be a lot of shift and a lot of motion. There's a lot of window dressing. Booty out to throw. His first completion as a Warhawk is out to Jake Godfrey, up to the 45-yard line. Just a little sprint out. Easy completion, get the confidence of the quarterback, get the confidence of the wide receiver.
High percentage pass, turn back protection, get him in space. Godfrey out there, New Mexico guy. You notice there's going to be a lot of UAB guys, a lot of New Mexico guys, created a family atmosphere.
And Spanish Fort before that. There's a lot of ties. That's where Coach Vincent has been. Spanish Fort High School, UAB, New Mexico. There's a trend there.
Deep relationships here.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll put Sullivan in motion from right to left. Now they'll move Wells. The give to Hardy once again, just short of the first down before 4 or 5 white jerseys get in there to make the stop. First one, Joshua Nobles for JSU.
Yeah, there's Tavon Curry there on the carry.
Yeah, Tavon Curry checking in the ballgame. He is, again, you talked about relationships, transfer from UAB.
You're going to see that trend. Even the strength coach came over from UAB who actually played for Coach.
We'll talk about this later on. There's some genuine interest in that UAB game next Saturday.
Absolutely.
3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Moody trying to orchestrate another first down. Give to his back. It is a first down. Rolls a man over and a first down and more, but that yellow hanky's come out. We'll see if it's coming back or not.
It's going to be unfortunate because it was on the opposite side of the field here. And right now, Jackson State's having some quandaries. They're walking up extra people, bringing the blitz. The problem with that is he can cut, and if 6 doesn't make that tackle, he's 8-8 not for
well,
game.
Look. Actually, it's on Jackson State, so that's going to count. Penalty is declined. He just bowled over the true freshman, one of the best safeties in the FCS level, in Isaias Guthrie. That is in words of our guy Timmy B, how do you run by the true freshman.
It's tough. He had to step in and fill it. Because if he didn't make the tackle, he's banging his head on the goalpost right now. And that's what happens when you start to walk guys down and commit with the blitz.
So once again, ULM on the plus side of the Jackson State defense. This time, though, I do think it's going to go against ULM.
So yeah, Jackson State plays with a nickel on the field there, Sean. So when you have the tight end H-back in there, motioning, creating an extra gap, what do? Do you leave your nickel on the field and try to play defense with a defensive back with run support? Or do you bring in an extra linebacker?
Well, as Coach Vincent said, it's chess, not checkers.
Absolutely.
Timeout on the field, still scoreless here in Monroe between the Tigers and the Warhawks.
end zone for some entertainment from our ULM cheerleaders. And make some noise if you see something you like. And stick around at halftime. We're going to hear from our visitors, the Jackson State Band, and your ULM sound of today.
Back inside Malone Stadium, Sean Fox, the former McNeese State Cowboy All-American, Des Lightning. And Des, so far, we are 4:41 left in the first quarter. Ahmad Hardy, his first game, already 70 yards, and that's because of what's going on up front with that offensive line, creating some huge holes.
Absolutely. ULM averaging 9 yards a carry right now. The big uglies are definitely feeling it. And both teams are kind of still filling each other out, just seeing what people are going to do, what they're going to do in short yardage situations.
And I know we got a lot of football left, but I am kind of surprised how they're running right through True Thompson and Jeremiah Williams, two very, very
athletic,
potent defensive tackles, defensive linemen for Jackson State. Booty, this time he's going to pass. Rocks, fires, caught. That one by Javon Campbell with room to run, 20. And down to the 12-yard line, and look, yards after catch, just an easy throw, confidence builder, and Campbell getting the yards after
they
catch.
They go max protection, and that's what you can do when you're averaging 9 yards a carry. You come in there with two tight ends, block it up, and guess what? You have Devon Wells running a for the love of the game route to run off the coverage, and then blocking for his buddy Javon downfield. Check it out.
Campbell, 6'3", 210, out of King George, Virginia, one of the many junior college transfers. He's out of Dodge City. You'll hear a lot of those guys tonight.
Yep, and look at Devon Wells downfield blocking after running that route just to get the
Anthony Petty making the stop for JSU. So ULM in business, first and 10, just outside the 10. Play blown up in the backfield. No, Booty's going to keep it himself. Because of the pressure, Booty did a great job of keeping it. And Des, instead of a big loss, Cam Smith came in there and made the play. Booty made something out of nothing.
Yeah, and the edge pressure blew it up, forced that mesh point to be destroyed. Great play on the defensive edge right there. Number 39 is not going to get the credit for the tackle, but he made this play.
He absolutely made that play. Booty, again, that could have been a turnover, could have been a loss. Booty taking some positive yards there, making something out of nothing. 2nd and 8 from the JSU 11-yard line. Again, you'll see 12, 13 personnel a lot. Hardy makes one man miss, will not make the second man miss.
Yeah, that Day-Day Bright on the side right there coming in to make the tackle.
Number 13 coming off the edge.
You think Day-Day's his government name?
Is it in the program?
Yep.
If it's in the program,
then
it's probably his name, yeah.
You got to be a baller. Anybody named Day-Day's a baller, and he came downfield, not afraid to put that hat on your the teammate's chest.
If it's in the program, it's his name.
It's official.
3rd and 8 from the 11-yard line for the Warhawks.
Like you're going to have some motion there as well.
I think we got a tight end from, well, you're going to see motion a lot tonight. Tight end, timeout from ULM.
Didn't like the look. So this is a big down here. 3rd and 8.
Yep.
You've already put together two great drives that just kind of stalled out. Once again, they get off schedule. This ULM offense is really dependent on staying ahead of the chains on schedule. Now it's 3rd and 8. What do? You put your quarterback, Booty, in a situation where he's got to pass.
And Des, obviously we're not going to see it right now because you're on the 11-yard line, but we haven't seen them go deep yet. They're doing some comfortable throws, get him going into it.
Yeah, definitely. And so maybe this is a 2-down situation. Maybe Coach Vince is saying, hey, you know what? We need 6 here, so let's do something. Let's do a run play to set up a fourth and medium, a fourth and short, you should say.
You saw the run by Hardy. Now there's the catch, and then more impressively the run by Campbell, and then your guy Wells blocking downfield.
Look for them to try to get Wells the ball in space on something short. And also look for JSU to man up, probably bring some pressure. That's what they've done in third downs so far.
I want to real quick, we've talked about how ULM has been able to run the football so well. We talked about you don't do it without a good offensive line. Elijah Fisher got a chance to meet this young man at Sun Belt Conference Media Days. This is his 3rd different coaching staff. And I asked him, I said, why did you stay? And his exact answer was, ULM didn't do anything to me. My parents told me when I'll go somewhere, I got to put down roots and stay. He goes, I love it here. That's kind of refreshing this day in college football.
Definitely the leader of the offensive line there.
Big 3rd and 8 for ULM. Booty pumps, goes, got a man open. It's caught. It's Wells. Corner, end zone, touchdown Warhawks. The first touchdown of the 2024 campaign for ULM.
Mama, they go that man. Not again, but something tells me we're going to see a lot of that this season. They get him the ball in space. It's like he ran a little whip route. Jackson State brought the pressure. Setback, whip route, now come cover it. Something that you would see Tyreek Hill do for the Chiefs, or excuse me, for Miami now.
Yeah, well, he's been in Miami for a few years now, but he was pretty explosive in Kansas City as well. But so is Wells. Again, in the return game, in space. That's a guy they want to get the ball in his hands quite a bit this season.
And you don't call plays, you call players. And you as a defense, they knew who they wanted to go to in that situation. Gotta stop it.
Max Larson, the transfer from Florida State here, for the extra point for ULM, up 6-0 here early in Malone Stadium. 2:35 left in the first. Snap, kick. The hold, everything was good. It worked. The snap was good. The hold was good. The kick was good.
Everybody, kind of unpuckers there as for special teams kicking your first point out the try there. But for a program, completely flipped the roster, 73 new players to come down. They've been banging on each other all season, and now they get their first touchdown. It's a big deal.
You're going to see Devon Wells get the ball a lot of different ways. Jet sweeps, punt return, kick return, screens. He can do it all. And you see why.
Guess what? The play before they got them down there, you actually had Devon doing the blocking. This time, you have his teammate Campbell doing the blocking. One hand washes the other.
And how about the space he had? How about the protection he had? Great block by Devin Smith. Transfer, again, we'll hear that a lot. Transfer from New Mexico. Ties to the staff. Of course, Coach Vincent and some of his guys were at New Mexico last year.
Absolutely. Coach didn't have the best record at New Mexico, but they had a great offensive record for the points that they were able to create, the offensive momentum they were able to create.
So Warhawks get their first touchdown of the season. We'll see if T.C. Taylor's bunch can answer. 2:35 left in the first quarter. We won't get an answer on the return, so they'll start at the 25-yard line.
You got a ball game here now.
You got to feel your way through it at the beginning.
And both teams, a few mistakes here, but actually relatively clean considering it's the first game of the season.
So ULM has moved the football quite a bit. Jackson State has gotten a first down when they've had the football, but drives have stalled. See if we can get something going here.
And you know what?
On this drive at the end of the first quarter.
Coach Vincent talked about how explosive, how twitchy that this Jackson State defense was, and they have been so. There's been situations where it's been one-on-one players in the hole, and they've been able to make some tough tackles on the island. But this ULM offense it requires you to be so gap sound.
That defense might be twitchy. That offensive line for Jackson State's just big.
Yeah.
I mean, those are some massive boys up front. Absolutely. But you're going to eat well in Jackson. Come on, it's the South.
Facts.
Landy in motion. Morgan going to give it to Terrell coming backside. Billy pulling, can't get him in the backfield. Well, he made 3 guys miss before he went down. Hard, positive run by Ahmad Miller.
Yeah, just young baller there, young bowling ball.
I mean, he ran right through the tackle of Billy Pullen.
Billy Pullen is no easy win right there. Check him out. Just give him the hand of God there. That's what, you leave your feet, you get caught slipping.
Right, he made 2 man.
But notice everybody on ULM's defense there, they left their feet. You got to bring your feet to the party, people.
Ran through Wyatt Williams as well. 2nd and 6. It would have been 4 yards, but that's exciting 4 yards. Morgan looking to pass, blitz, beats it, got a man open. That's Landy, wide open to the 40, up to the 44-yard line. Nobody guarding the tight end.
Yeah, and this is the second drag route that they've kind of they've had some success with. Landy's doing a great job blocking, and then all of a sudden he leaks out and goes across the formation.
JSU with go with some tempo from their own 44-yard line, first down as we go in under 2 minutes, 1:37 left, and we've got a Warhawk down on the near sideline.
Yeah, they was about to test them lungs here. Looks like hopefully just cramps here. It's hot early in the season.
It's not only is it hot, but we got that. Basically, a monsoon came through today, and it's quite muggy outside.
I hated that. I hated the rain. It just made it hot and muggy. We can stay later. They tried to go to delayed blitz there. Perfect play call to run away from the blitz.
Lynette Williams, the transfer from Delta State.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
He's not an easy tackle. Look, that's a load to bring down for a safety.
6'4", 235.
I think they left a few pounds off of that. That man is definitely more than 235. Maybe like 265.
He's a pretty good blocker, too.
It's funny because as a tight end, you want to they want to lie about their weight the opposite direction.
What were you playing at?
I was like 240. I wasn't that big. I was as far as heavy, though. Strong.
Jackson State's got some, well, you don't get the nickname Debo if you're not strong. Stacked. Dropped for a loss. There is 6 maroon jerseys in the backfield. Steven Swain coming in, first man to make the stop in the backfield.
Yeah, they heated him up. Every now and then, you go test that protection, and that Warhawk defense was ready. My favorite play in football is a TFL. So you got 2-7 coming and cleaning it up, but that was actually your boy Earl Barquette.
He was in there too.
From Monroe, Louisiana.
Absolute shout out John Arrett.
Yeah, with the TFL.
Sawan transfer out of Iowa City Community College. 2nd and 12, loss at 2 on the carry.
Yeah, a little bit.
Morgan remains. Of course, he's going to be the gun most time over the middle to Rico Powers. He's only going to get up to the 46-yard line.
You're starting to see a trend here with Jackson State offense when they do go with the pass. They're liking the slow developing crossing routes, running off running through those zones and seeing if you're going to stay sound underneath.
3rd and long, which means, again, probably pressure coming from Randall and Pullen on 3rd and 8.
They got that 3-down lineman right now.
9 seconds left in the first quarter.
Extra safety in there.
I don't think they're going to get it off, yeah. And they won't run another play. $7-0 ULM our score. Warhawks get it going early.
Look at the pressure. That's a welcome to football.
Absolutely. Pump fake, gets it off to Wells. Touchdown Warhawks here in the 3-1-8.
McNeese. It's the first time in program history that the Warhawks have started the season 5-0. The team is on the road Sunday for a 1 p.m. match at Little Rock and returns back to the pitch at Brown Stadium. Thursday, they'll face Sam Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for your 2024 ULM Warhawks soccer team. Gabby McLeod, Miss University of Louisiana Monroe's
134 yards here in the first quarter. He's going to need to do 6 for 6 if Jackson State's going to keep this drive alive on their first play of the second quarter.
Showing pressure, dropping in coverage.
Throws it off to Terrell. Went up to get it, but he is going to be well short of the first down.
Looks like a routine stop, but it was not. They had the numbers to block over there on that screen with the 3-down lineman look for ULM. Viggers made a great open field tackle there. Otherwise, he's still running down the sideline.
Viggers, one of the stalwarts of this ULM defense.
Yeah, Vig last year, 54 tackles and a block punt.
All Sun Belt Conference preseason third team is Mr. Viggers.
AKA, they just call him Vig.
Just Vig.
Mr. Vig.
It was a really good open field tackle by Mr. Vig.
So will we see Devon get an opportunity to make
We'll see, but Knowles, one of the best punters out there, almost blocked. He's going to let that one go, and it's a friendly JSU bounce that'll stop at the 6-yard line. Again, you're looking at Matt Knoll. There's 134 teams in the country. 134 of them want a Matt Knoll on their team.
Let's highlight, the SWAC was not known for punting and kicking. And now they have one of the best in the country.
Matt Knoll, yeah.
Yeah, and it's impressive.
I mean, and I was talking 134 at the FCS level. I mean, at the FBS level, he could
play anywhere,
wherever he wanted.
Punting it's punting.
Yeah.
Wherever you at. If he can punt
really
here,
good.
he can punt at a group of 5 or power 5.
Well, so far, Jazz, I mean, Jacoby and Morgan 6 for 6, but nothing to show for it here in the first quarter, or the first half so far. But a lot of game left.
Look for them to call more from Landy. They've noticed a matchup problem for 88. He's big, he can block. You have to acknowledge the running, but then he leaks out in the drag route. So you don't call, once again, you don't call plays, you call players. Look for him to make plays. And right now, I'm sorry about that. Now you got ULM with the ball. First situation with the goal line, just kind of chilling right there. You want to put your quarterback in a winning situation.
They've had pretty favorable field position so far. Right now, they're staring at the shadow of their own end zone inside their own 5-yard line. Booty to Hardy. Lowers his shoulder, not much happening. Minimal gain. Tackled. Yeah. Well, I talked about him. What did he do? He went and make a play. Number 0, Jeremiah Williams. You better be good if you've got a single digit on the defensive line, and he is.
If you're over 250 and you have a single digit, you have to be making plays. But once again, ULM likes to bring in an extra offensive lineman in the form of an H-back, hippo package to try to create some extra. Rhino, So now they've got a little extra space. Those 2 yards matter to create a 2nd and 7.
Williams, the transfer from Hines Community College a few years ago, Lexington, Mississippi.
That's going to back him up. And that just drives offensive line coaches crazy. You know the snap count.
And James Jones has checked in for the first time tonight. Des, tailback for ULM, another transfer out of Dodge City, out of Baltimore. Maryland, and an incredible story is this young man. Easy to root for.
Absolutely, and Coach Roderick Fobbs went out there, flew out, met him in his hometown, inner city. They had to watch Coach Fobbs' car. It was, tough area, and built a crazy relationship with Jones. So look to see a lot of him this year. Great upside on Jones.
Runs angry, said Coach Vincent.
Yep, I call it Mambo sauce. If y'all ain't never heard of Mambo sauce, look it up. Famous Baltimore delicious sauce.
I'm sure if he's from Baltimore, he's had some Mambo sauce. They're putting Nate Sullivan in motion as the H-back. The give to Jones, and he is going to be swamped under in the backfield.
Yeah, and
Ashton Taylor, the first one to make the stop.
And that was set up and blown up. When that H-back couldn't kick out, Ashton Taylor came in, spilled it, got in there and made the tackle in the backfield.
Taylor, 6'2", 215, redshirt sophomore out of Hoover, Alabama.
So check out 11 there.
That's Walker, yep.
Walker didn't allow them to extend that gap by coming down pretty hard so his linebackers can come in and fill him.
Well, you can hear the Jackson State contingent very loud here on 3rd and long for ULM with Booty standing in his own end zone in the pistol.
You just want space for your punter at this point if you're the Warhawks.
3rd and 13.
Another false
and it's going to be even. I don't know how much further back you can go.
Not much.
Not much. 3rd and 13, maybe 3rd and 14.
Yeah, minimal.
But now look. Credit, there is a big contingent. It's a short out, maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes from Jackson to Monroe. And even at the top, the Sonic Boom, one of the best bands in the land up here. They, a lot of blue and white in Malone Stadium tonight.
Yeah, Nate Sullivan been a little early. Jackson State, the SWAC in general travels well. Heck, it's worth coming down here just to see the band play at halftime. But yeah, Sullivan knows he has pressure coming in. He's got to get his hat across there. It makes you a little antsy to go fast.
False start on Nate Sullivan makes it from 3rd and 13 to 3rd and 13 to 3rd and 15
and
from their 2-yard line.
Your punter's grimacing right now.
Yeah, not the place you want to put a guy punting for his first career game. Curry in there, the transfer from UAB in the backfield. Booty will give it to Curry. He'll pick up some yards to give some space, but Ashton Taylor makes sure it's a short gain. Of course, we called Ashton Taylor's name a few times on that drive.
Yep, him, Ashton Taylor, and Alan Walker working together from that will linebacker and defensive end position.
So JSU defense bows up on that drive, and they should get good field position. Ryan McKenzie in to punt. Travis Terrell, again, the 5'8" freshman out of Atlanta, standing on the 50-yard line.
That drive was won by Jackson State's punter. Remember that.
Absolutely. Matt Knoll flipping the field. We'll see if McKenzie can. Well, not as good.
Not quite. But he was in a little bit of a different situation.
So good field position for Jackson State to start this next drive on the plus side at the 42-yard line of ULM.
Man.
7-0 ULM. Matt Knoll, big on that last drive for Jackson State, flipping the field.
Overtime on your financial journey. Experience a financial partner that comes in clutch. Visit CadenceBank.com and learn more. Cadence Bank, member FDIC. This fall, Ace the Warhawk will fearlessly make his debut as an AI-powered chatbot designed to support our students by answering all their questions in real time via text messaging and connecting to the resources they need to thrive on the bayou. If you have a question, just ask Ace.
Inside Malone Stadium, 7-0 Warhawks, but Jackson State starting this drive on the plus side.
And if you're Jackson State, you have to have points here.
1st and 10 from the ULM 41-yard line. Sean Fox, Des Lighton here in Monroe. Morgan going deep for the first time tonight. It is caught. What a one-handed catch by Jonas Fertillion.
What?
My word, what a catch.
Catch. One-hand snag. How about the quarterback giving his player a chance to make the play? Fertillion, hey, man.
And he was hit while he threw it, even
Think
more
about
impressive.
This. Check him out. One hand grabs it. You got man-on-man coverage. Throw it up. Who's going to make a play on the ball? And you had to have it for Jackson State. That sideline is on fire right now.
Will we see that on SportsCenter Top 10 tonight?
You need
Stay tuned, but Fertillion for 6.
And you know what? Credit to the offense cashing in there. Your special team set you up. Your defense did their job to flip the field for you, give you the ball in great field position. One play, light them up.
It's nice when you can throw it up to a 6'5" wide receiver. He's 6'5", 220 out of Orlando, Florida. His Magic Kingdom was in the end zone right there.
Wait a minute.
Come on. Kick is good, and we are tied.
He Mickey Mouse gloved that thing.
Yes,
How about that?
Yes, he did. Fortillon with the touchdown makes it 7-7, Jackson State and ULM after the extra point from Beza. 7-7, 10:51 here in Monroe. We're going back and forth. Warhawks and Tigers.
Hanging in there, making the pass with pressure. Impressive.
The Night of Champions returns this fall. A fundraiser for the ULM Warhawk Athletic Foundation will be Thursday, October 3rd in Van Ewing Coliseum. There'll be a live auction, fabulous items, and live music from the Dexter Road Band. Don't miss an evening of food, beverages, and fun. The ULM Night of Champions.
The Sonic Boom excited about for
Tilly.
Either way, it's a touchdown.
We got to get this man's name right, balling like that.
I apologize to the family at home.
Yeah, but anyway, Fortillion, he's killing it.
Fortillion, either way.
He's killing it, man.
An incredible one-handed catch.
And you know what? If you haven't experienced a SWAC football game, I'm telling you, hearing that band light up the stadium, the Sonic Boom, man, it gives you chills. And if you're ULM, you don't want to hear too much more of that. But if you give them a reason, they're going to light you up.
It's the first game for the announcers, too.
Absolutely.
First game of the season. Beza to kick for Jackson State. Wells and Godfrey back deep for the Warhawks. Tied here in Monroe. Wells will get an opportunity from the 5, already up to the 10. Up to the 20. Flag going to come in.
That's scary. Yeah. Wells is all conference, all world, was voted special teams player of his team last season, and you can see why. Looks like this one's going to be coming back, though.
So far, Morgan, 7 of 7, 77 yards and a touchdown. Not a bad day at the office so far here in the first half.
No, it's very even parity you can see. And you've got J-State, even though ULM's been moving the ball offensively, they've kind of limited the damage, and they've been very opportunistic. The one opportunity they had plus territory, they took advantage of it.
And Des, this game really turned. We don't talk about special teams enough. On Matt Knowles' punt, flip the field, put ULM in minus territory. Yep. They get the ball on their own 40 or ULM's 41-yard line, and they take advantage of it.
Now this drive feels very important for the Warhawks.
Booty in the pistol. He'll put Sullivan in motion. Give it to Jones. Picks up 3 on the carry.
And it's going to be much more of that. Talk to Coach Vincent earlier this week, and he said, you know what, those 2-yard and 3-yard runs in the first and second quarter turn into 20-yard runs in the second half. Well, a lot of that happened in the first half today.
Tackle by number 8, Jaden Ward, 6'1", 230, redshirt senior out of Wells, Texas. Actually played 3 years at Northwestern State. Was a demon.
Yeah. I got a touchdown against the team.
As a defender?
Yeah.
Look at you. Shameless plug for McNeese.
Absolutely.
Booty puts Wells in motion, gives it off to Jones. He'll lower his shoulder. He'll pick up close to a first down. In fact, he will pick up a first down. We talked about Coach Vincent saying he runs strong. We saw it on that play.
He runs strong, and now you see why they went to Baltimore to get him. This guy was actually impacted right near the line of scrimmage by a safety filling. He just truck sticked him. That's going to be played back all week. Sorry about that, Reed Pulliam. That was tough. You was there. You got to bring your feet to the party.
Pulliam and Hawkins in to make the stop for Jackson State, but Jones picks up the first down. Booty back in the pistol, 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. He's got an H-back. He'll give it to Jones. Once again, he's got a huge hole across midfield, close to the 40, down to the 42-yard line, but there is a flag on the play on the far side.
This run game, once again, it's 2
Huge
yards,
hole.
it's 4 yards, and then it's 25 yards.
It was a big
Look at
hole.
this.
Is there a reason why the hole was so big? There's a reason I'm in the booth. That is going to come back. But one thing, Des, we know that this team is going to do, wherever Coach Vincent and this staff has been, they love to run the football.
But
that is their MO. UAB, New Mexico, they are going to make you go sideline to sideline and make you work.
And remember this play. Once again, a potential drive-killing play from it's like a 40-yard flip.
Yep.
From getting 25 yards and being 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage in 1st and long.
1st and 15 for the Warhawks from their own 34-yard line. We are tied here in the second quarter.
That's some McNeese math there for anybody wondering.
Cowpoke math.
Yeah.
Timeout on the play.
Warhawks, their third and final timeout.
We'll take a break as well. Tied at 7. 8:59 here in the second quarter inside Malone Stadium.
All right, fans, watch your video board. It's time for a one-burger fry show. Our contestant today is Usman. Usman's got to keep his eyes on the prize. Usman, watch the prize. We need you to pick number 1, 2, or 3. And you're going to tell us where the fries end up. Usman, keep your eyes on the prize. Everybody watch along and help you try to win the Whataburger prize. All right, number 3 right now. Keep your eyes on the prize. No Cupid, no Cupid. Take a swing out, man. All right, number 1, 2, or 3, Usman.
My name is Mark Sanders. I'm the Dean of Ecom Louisiana. Ecom Louisiana's mission is to bring physicians to rural and medically underserved communities. We are training tomorrow's physicians at our state-of-the-art facility across from the Malone Stadium at Louisiana's only osteopathic medical college.
Both quarterbacks perfect so far tonight. Morgan 7 for 7. Booty 5 of 5, and both with the touchdown so far.
Very, very intelligent management of two quarterbacks here. Great play calling to put them in winning situations. But at some point, somebody's going to take a shot.
Well, we saw it with the touchdown for Jackson State. We haven't seen that shot yet from ULM, but they're facing 1st and 15 from their own 35-yard line. Booty's got 3 receivers to the near side. Back to his left in the gun. Gives it off to Jones. He'll cut back up to the 40-yard line. So gain of 5. Des got the penalty yards back, maybe an extra yard.
Yeah, still trying to get back on schedule. Jackson State linebackers, they're going. When they get zone read, they're reading it, and they're shooting the gap. Now, that can work if you make the play, but with a dangerous running back like Jones, he can make you pay for that. I had a coach that used to say, if you're going to be wrong, you better be right.
But were you crazy?
Yeah. If you're going to be in the wrong gap, you better make the play.
Amir Magruder checking into the ball game for ULM. Receiver out of Las Vegas. It's going to be busy there this week, don't you think? Absolutely. Give to Jones once again. He'll get up to the 35-yard line and another 5-yard run. So now Des, it's third and manageable.
Yeah. Jackson State kind of flexing, going with a 3-down lineman look, bringing in an extra D-back. Having confidence that they can bring in a lighter guy and still fill gaps there.
Getting into Jackson State territory after the gain of 5 up to the Tiger 49-yard line as we've gone under 8 minutes to go here in the first half.
Getting real close to that middle 8.
It's 3rd and 3, so options are open. Will they run it? Will Booty throw it? We'll find out here. Puts a man in motion right to left. That's Julian Nixon. He'll put him in the slot. Booty under all kinds of pressure. He evades the blitz, but he will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Made a good job of getting out in the backfield, Des, but couldn't get past the line.
So Jackson State is basically telling you, if it's 3rd and medium or 3rd down, we bring in the dogs, and can you stop us? We know we coming, but can you stop us?
Pressured by Jaden Ward, the transfer out of Northwestern State, and so far the offense is staying on the field.
Wow.
On 4th and 3 from their own 45-yard line.
Freeze check.
And I believe Coach Taylor's calling a timeout. Boy,
hey, he basically made him burn a timeout. Yeah, freeze check. We gonna check you out. We gonna check your oil. They checked Jackson State's oil, and Coach Taylor took the cheese and called timeout because he didn't like it.
So they wasted a timeout. Now do you go for it now? Is it time to maybe flip the field with your Australian punter? Who, by the way, how many punters do you know can cook? Well, how many do you know can cook? But maybe punt with their left and right foot.
Ambidextrous punter. Don't know.
That's a big word. I can't even get Fortillin's name right. So let's not go with whatever the heck you just said.
McNeese vocabulary. But I don't know many. But that's pretty impressive. They kicking balls down there and down under apparently.
Australian rules football, which apparently is a little different than rugby.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. But he can punt with his left and it's right. It's something you can't do very often.
And that definitely opens up for the rugby style punt.
I do know that. So Ryan will punt standing on his own 31-yard line.
A little gamesmanship by Coach Vincent.
Terrell calls for a fair catch at the 15-yard line. So a good job of flipping the field here. Make Jackson State go the length of the field. A little pushing and shoving.
Yeah.
Nothing called.
Yeah, that was a heck of a
love tap, right?
That was a Vlade Divac level flop there on Carl Glass. But they did get pretty close to catch interference.
Day Bright.
My man Day.
Given name.
Yeah, that crazy chick out there again.
Day Bright. Love it.
Anybody that's seen Friday, they'll get the reference.
Out of Lancaster, California. That's where Friday was.
Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah. Are we getting real? We cut deep with the references.
90s movie references in the first game of the season.
Big time stop there for Jackson State.
First attempt from the 15. Morgan going to work after his last touchdown drive.
They can take the lead here.
Big hole up the middle, 25-30. Down to the 32-yard line is Travis Terrell, the freshman out of the ATL.
Yeah, old school trap, like they pull the guard and make sure the defensive linemen are going to stay home. They got it crazy. You could have drove a truck through that hole.
Big hole. Great job of that offensive line up to the 31-yard line. This time, Terrell does not have a hole. That is Cavante Wells wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, not heaven.
No. What it was for him.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was havoc for Terrell.
And they brought Tyrese as well off the edge there. So just a meeting at the quarterback. You got Tyrese to set it up.
You could try to run or pass that one. It wasn't happening when you got 3 guys in the backfield.
bringing the pressure. So you run tempo. You're seeing ULM is going to heat you up if you're going to bring tempo.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 from their own 28-yard line. Go the Tigers.
Coach Ernest Hill, their defense coordinator for ULM, dialing it up.
Tied at 7, under 6 here in the first half. Give to Terrell once again and pick up about 3 to make it 3rd and 10.
Like gonna get he's gonna set him up for a 3rd and long. Defensive lineman loves it. They're gonna once again run off. They're gonna run off a defensive lineman.
Wyatt Williams making the stop. Shout out General Trask High School, Lake Providence boy.
Okay. Go for their dollar look once again. And this creates, you got 3 down linemen, but it creates extra gaps and blitz opportunities with all those DBs in the
3rd and long, 3rd and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
They're not showing blitz, showing coverage.
Morgan stops, throws in and out of the hands and intercepted. Intercepted by the Warhawks, the first one of the season. It is Wyatt Williams from just north of us at Lake Providence. Let me tell you, shout out to the guys in the South End Zone squad. They might be drinking some kind of cinnamon water on that interception after that turnover.
ULM Coach Ernest Hill decides to not bring the blitz. They've been bringing the
Davey McCray, you're not going to see him drop the ball very often.
It'll pay.
Wyatt Williams coming back close to home, was at Delta State last year, was an all-state everything. In fact, look, Lake Providence General Trask High School was down for a long time before their coach Toriano Wells took over. Wyatt Williams was the safety, cornerback, quarterback, and look, he took them to the longest playoff run they've had. He was a special player in high school, and look, clearly that's been passed on to the next level.
It looks like he got his hands under the ball, can move. It looks like he had clear and control of the ball. Wow. And just
athletic play. But look, how about McCray? Like, you don't see that guy drop the ball very often. Again, preseason first team all SWAC, FCS Player of the Year award watch list. Those drops are going to be very rare this season.
Granted, it was some heat on the ball, as it had to be, but you got to make those catches.
What is this? If the ball hits your hands,
got to make it.
Got to make the catch.
Wow.
Booty.
Tough. Uh-oh.
Gets past the pressure, but then he is dragged down by the back of his jersey, and there goes that flag. That was kind of a no-doubter.
Well, see, you're allowed to grab the jersey. Did he stick his hand inside of the shoulder pads?
Yeah.
Now, from the angle I saw, it looked like he just had jersey. Now, I am a defensive lineman, former defensive lineman.
No bias whatsoever from a defensive lineman.
So we'll get a better look here.
Booty, great job of stepping up in the pocket. What looked like was going to be a hole, it collapsed real soon. You won't call that because you're a defensive guy.
It's close enough for him to call it. I'll tell you that.
That was on Wells for Jackson State.
5-6, I think it was Ethan Smith, huh? Yeah, Ethan
Smith in there as well, yeah.
That's tough. So you go from what would have been a good play to great field position now for the Warhawks.
Great job of stepping into the pocket, but brought down from behind. But hey, it's all works out anyway. Gets a 15-yard penalty and a first down, 1st and 10 from the 27 of Jackson State.
It's not going to be a false start. They're not going to call it, but the running back definitely
called it.
Finally, they're going to call it.
But we've seen a lot of that tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ripped his jersey.
I would say if you ripped the jersey, then you might have got your hands in it a little bit.
Nah, I ripped plenty of jerseys without grabbing it. I think he did get his hands in there. They make them tear away now because they want the runners to be able to just break away and keep running.
You sound like a guy who got quite a few penalties back in the day for something like that.
I sound like a guy I knew how to avoid that horse collar penalty. I've been in that situation before, exactly. And they picked up the flag because the refs had a conversation. Hey, actually, he let it go.
Yeah.
I had it. I really did it.
No bribes on that, right?
No.
Is that how you made your way to the CFL, stuff like that?
You just got to make friends with the white hat.
1st and 15 for the Warhawks. Wells in motion. Booty looking to throw. He's got Campbell. He's got Campbell across the 20, inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line.
All right. So check this out. Now we're in that middle 8, 4 minutes. Going to run their 4-minute because they want to score, but they also want to milk that clock.
Every throw so far, Des, seems to be on the boundaries. Just safe throws for Booty so far here in the first half.
Safe, high percentage, and eventually they'll lull you to sleep and probably take a shot.
2nd and 3. Booty from the pistol. The give to Hardy, running hard, and he'll. Look, if you're a tight end on this roster, there's a pretty good chance you're going to have a role on this team and play. 1st and 10, ULM inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
Notice they're in no hurry right now.
No.
They're in their 4-minute O, which is the opposite of 2-minute O. You want to try to milk the entire play clock off.
They want to give the ball back to Jackson State with as short amount of time as possible. Nixon in motion. Give to Hardy once again, and Hardy stopped around the line of scrimmage. 56, Athen Smith in there once again, as well as Ashton Taylor.
He's having a game.
He is.
We've
called Smith and Taylor's name a lot.
They're working together, and him and Walker as well, but Ashton's a ball player.
Smith 6'2", 260 for JSU. 2nd and 9, ULM from the 14-yard line, under 3 minutes to go. Booty will put Wells in motion left to right. Thought there was a little movement. He'll roll to the right.
Yeah.
Well,
and
he had Griffin open, but that was the turf monster coming in there and make that stop, and that is the first incompletion of the ball game for for Booty.
No longer 100%. And if you notice, ULM is in that Rhino package where they bringing in an extra offensive lineman as a tight end, and just heavy bodies. They go max protect, turn back protection, and try to throw a little comeback route.
I almost called General every other Booty in there but his name.
I've done it. It's all good, man.
There's a lot of Booties out there,
It looks
I'm
like he's having a tough time out there. Look at his jersey.
Well, it was ripped, but there was nothing happening. 3rd and 9 from the 14. Booty steps up, throws, got a man. It's caught close to a first down, gets it off to Curry.
Yeah.
Decision time for Coach Vincent.
And they're averaging more. They're averaging plenty of yards to carry. So you're going to look. They're going to go to that Rhino package. They're bringing back the mod, the freshman in the game. It's a big down coming up after this break.
Well, a new rule this year, the 2-minute, don't call it warning, 2-minute timeout here in college football this year. As we go over the break, Booty steps up, gets it off to Curry. It's 4th and short. Big decision coming up here on ESPN Plus after this.
All right, students, let's watch the now, and we're looking for our best dancer. Our best dancer is going to win dinner at Raising Cane's. Watch the video board. Let's get some music playing, and let's dance for our dinner.
Everyone deserves a chance to live life to the fullest. That's why every Rider College of Osteopathic Medicine is committed to providing physicians with medically underserved communities. At BCOM, graduates don't just specialize in osteopathic medicine. They specialize in serving the areas of need and helping people restore their health. With 4 campuses in Virginia, Carolinas, Auburn, and students are welcome from the Appalachian and Delta regions and have the opportunity to reshape their communities for the better.
Back inside Malone Stadium, big play here. But first, let's tell you about the new rule changes. New technology to the sidelines. They're going to do like they do in the NFL, the 2-minute timeout each half, not the warning, the 2-minute timeout, and then the declaration of first half ending for replay. So new things, big fourth down, it's Hardy, and will he get the first down?
Looks like he's just going to get it.
Warhawks say yes, Jackson State says no.
By the hair of his chinny chin there. They try to go tempo, catch Jackson State off guard.
Smith thinks he's got the stop. Hardy says he's got it.
What does the white hat say?
That's the important one. Well, ULM, the offense is staying on, defense is staying on.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, thanks Michigan for that rule change for the new technology on the sideline.
See that documentary?
It's crazy.
It's just a misunderstanding from the Michigan faithful. Yeah. First down, Warhawks. This drive, 6 plays, 39 yards. Have taken 3:13 off the clock so far. Booty on the keep.
Okay.
Just short of the first down.
Okay, Booty. So there you have an extra runner there.
Yep.
Because you can't account for the quarterback.
Actually, that was 17. Hunter Herring coming in. That is a player from our neck of the woods. OCS broke all kinds of records. He's going to have a Taysom Hill-like role for ULM. Shout out to the black and gold faithful out there listening or watching us right now. He's going to play short yarded down and distance at quarterback, but also playing some special teams.
Yeah.
And he had a big game last year, bringing ULM from behind to beat Army in the season opener at quarterback.
Just come in cold and say, hey, go score us a touchdown.
Booty to Hardy. Hardy just short of the end zone.
Man, this
Williams in there, keeping him short. Stonewalled him at the goal line.
This Jackson State defense is bowing their necks here.
Just short of the first down. Jeremiah Williams at the 1-yard line, keeping Hardy out of the end zone. 3rd and goal. But my point was, before I mentioned it, was Hunter Herring. General Booty, yes, he's a great thrower, but better runner than people give him credit for. Had a pretty good, did a pretty good job at Trinity a few years ago at junior college.
Just a lot of push
that
there.
time, Hardy, it's no doubt his first collegiate touchdown, gives the Warhawks the lead with 14 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Low man win there, and that time ULM got right under Jackson State's defensive lineman's pads. You got a 2-knee run it. I hated that, by the way. Goal line situations, you basically have to sacrifice yourself.
Although they say they don't cut. But
yeah, they're just way too high.
How about an impressive first half for Hardy?
Hardy's a baller, freshman.
First freshman to ever start at running back for Brian Vincent.
Some of these guys, you know, they got whole families and 401ks he's playing with.
It's true. I don't know how many more years of the COVID we got left, but they've.
I know a few players that still got your COVID year they haven't even cashed in yet.
Hey, look, in the era of NIL, why not keep playing?
You know, it's a job.
Larson's kick is just through the uplights. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to go in.
Just win, baby.
And it does. And so far, I think the story, Des, is
an interception.
That interception obviously changed this first half, but what ULM has been able to do on the ground, led by Hardy with 80 yards.
Just a commitment to owning the trenches there, and that's what they created.
I mean, this is very much a ball game is half after halftime. Plenty of time left, and obviously Jackson State going to get the ball back after halftime.
But guess what? They successfully operated their 4-minute offense, which is to perfection. You want to
took all the time off.
And take all the time off because you don't want a 2-for-1 opportunity.
But this isn't over yet because Travis Terrell is back there.
Yeah, I don't
He's
think
a track star from Atlanta.
Something tells me he might be swimming.
By the way, I want to give a mention to the new all-maroon uniforms. Kind of an ode to that 1987 national championship team. My guy, Pat Collins, I know he's back there watching.
Oh, yeah. Another
Very
famous
proud,
family in the area. Coach Collins, his son coached me in college. Coaching at Neville now.
Obviously, yeah, head coach at Neville High School here in Monroe.
We used to call them the rattlesnakes because they'll bite you.
Good family.
Absolutely. So, yeah, 13 and a half seconds here. You can probably see Jackson State knowing they get the ball here. Coach is probably going to come out and try to take it in and say, look, you've got a big-time opportunity here to pull up an upset in Malone Stadium, and they're in this ball game.
Absolutely.
They get the ball back at half. They put together a drive. You tie it again. They've had the ball with an opportunity to take the lead here a couple times.
Yep. That, again, flipping the field on a punt gave Jackson State short yards, and were they able to score? And then that interception by Wydad Williams gave ULM short yardage, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, but when the rubber has met the road and ULM has needed a play, they've put it on their offensive line, and they've just drove the ball. Looks like Vicky.
Well, the only time we're going to see him under center probably tonight is right now, and Morgan takes the timeout, and that is going to be the end of our first half. Well, Des, I mean, we were supposed to start about 2 hours ago, but I guess good things are worth the wait.
Absolutely. Now we have a bigger audience because all the other games are done.
Yeah.
You know, late night here, prime time in Malone Stadium. We got us a ball game.
Late night in Monroe. Just getting started. We got another half of action left. Moody's thrown for a touchdown. Morgan's thrown for a touchdown. We've seen Ahmad Hardy come on the scene here in the first half. Make a pretty impressive debut as a true freshman. Wells getting into the end zone for his first touchdown in a ULM uniform. Morgan.
Balling.
Who do you throw it to? Who do you throw it to? Say it.
Oh, for the lead.
We'll get it eventually,
For the lead.
I promise.
There you go.
Either way, he's a baller. We got another half of action left here in Monroe to start 2024.
And on your feet. Today, the band will feature the music of female park artists. Be prepared to be mesmerized as you sit back. That is unmatched. It is the apex of excellence, the epitome of class and swag, the essence of contemporary sounds and maneuvers, the Super Bowl band, the summa cum laude of bands, the famous Sonic, 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 Sonic Boom of the South. The Sonic Boom will now drill to...
back inside Malone Stadium where ULM has jumped out to a 14-7 lead here at the half inside Malone Stadium. Sean Fox, the McNeese State All-American, Desmond Lighton. And Des, this is your kind of football game. A lot of defense playing so far. Absolutely. Physical football so far here in the first half.
Yeah, they playing ball, man. Divide zone, split zone, draws with the QB. Yep. And from a former FCS guy, I got a soft spot for watching the FCS team. We know we can play ball in the FCS.
Yeah.
So to come here and play in the FBS school that they tell you you're not good enough, that means a lot. So Jackson State's proven that.
Well, not only that, Des, they've shown they can play. They've got a lot of former FCS players led by their quarterback, Jacoby Morgan. Outside of the interception by Wyatt Williams, he was pretty perfect in the first half.
Absolutely. And don't mention the dynamic that the transfer portal and JUCO ball has created now. It's a lot more parity in college football.
As we've seen, one of the things that jumps out in the first half, the rushing yards. We knew that was going to be the MO of this ULM team this year. We saw why. 106 in the first half, a lot of them by the freshman Ahmad Hardy.
Yeah, Ahmad Hardy, got a chance to watch him in practice, and he just jumps off the screen immediately looking at him. A young guy already being able to read, not only being explosive, but he has an eye for finding the hole.
4th and 8, 4 for 8 in the first half on first down, so that's 50%. Jackson State just 1 of 4. That's probably one of the reasons. You look at the time of possession.
Check it out.
Almost doubled it. In fact, they did more than double Jackson State in the first half.
And that was set up by Coach Vincent running that four-minute drill. That's done by design. Coach Vincent wants to limit the opportunity for Jackson State to have the ball. As you notice, when they got in plus territory, they're explosive, throwing that big ball up there to Fort Lee.
And what we saw is, thank you for that, 2 backs, 3 sets, 4 sets, 4 backs, 3 tight ends, 4 tight ends. They're going to try to get as many guys out there to block for these running backs. Again, you're a tight end on this roster. You're probably going to play tonight.
Yeah, and if you're on the defense, you're going to have to be alignment and assignment strong with that many tight ends creating that many gaps.
14-7 our score at the half. ULM leads Jackson State. A lot of football left. A lot of halftime left here on ESPN Plus.
Lock in
right
and
after
enjoy
this.
It,
Now, you know we couldn't leave without repping the best HBCU in the nation. Tiger fans, you know what time it is. If you were wondering who the best man in the land is, you just got 8 minutes worth of your answer. It's the Sonny Boom of the South. Dr. Roger Little is the director of bands. Mrs. Kevin Johnson is the associate director of bands and chief arranger. Dr. Justin Sherrod is assistant band director and director of percussion. Miss Lori Ashley Crowley is the director of the Francis J. Center. Miss Courtney Lett is the administrative assistant. Dr. Denise Gregory is the provost and vice president of academic affairs. Dr. Rico Chapman is the dean of the College of Liberal Arts. And Dr. Lisa Beckley Roberts is the chair of the Department of Music. On behalf of our president, Dr. Marcus L. Thompson, this is with the voice of the vote, Richard Myers. Thank you and good evening.
Back inside Malone Stadium at the half. ULM 14, Jackson State 7. Sean Fox, Desmond Lightning. Des, let's talk about T.C. Taylor, the head coach of Jackson State. A couple of years ago, Coach Prime came in here, gave ULM all they could handle. It was 12-7, didn't finish. Coach Taylor wants to try to do something Coach Prime couldn't do.
Absolutely. It was a ball. I was here in attendance. It was a ball game the entire time. You had Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter in here, and they just couldn't get it done. This will be a statement win for him, a program turning around win for recruiting to come in and say, here's an FBS win.
And Des, the last couple of weeks I've been paying attention, talking and watching some of the JSU fans and media. They really came in here believing not only that they can win this football game, they believe they will win this football game. They're not looking at it as FCS versus FBS. They believe they can win.
And that just shows the dynamic that's changed in college football. You have several people that's been a part of Power 5 and Group of 5 schools that are on this roster now. That's different than it was when I played.
On the other side, it's Bryant Vincent, his first game at ULM. He has embraced everything about ULM's past.
Yeah.
Look, you get one chance to make a first impression. So far, so good.
What he's proven here is he has a formula and a plan for his offense, and him and Coach Ernest Hill are kind of working in tandem with that defense of putting them in winning situations. I
love the fact that he said 134. They've got it on their jerseys. That's what most of the national pundits had them ranked this year. That's dead last in the country. He said, we'll embrace it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to put it on a T-shirt. Let's freak. Let's have a fun go.
LFG,
let's have a fun
let's
go.
Let's freaking go is what he said. For the kids at home. But their players, the people he brought in here, embraced that opportunity to say you can take this school and you can put it on the map and change the entire way the town looks at the school.
Coach Vincent trying to change the perception at ULM. So far, so good in the first half here on ESPN+.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the president of the University of Louisiana, Monroe, Dr. Ronald Berry, we present the Sound of Today. The band's under the direction of Dr. Alvin Parrish, Dr. Catherine Irwin, and Miss Lauren Parrish. Our drumline assistant, Amber Moore, graduate assistant, Alan Terry. The band is under the field command of drum majors Lauren Grant and Catherine Malley. We're proud to present for the first time our 2024 show, Inferno. To open today, we begin with the music of Elvis. It's time for Burning Love. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Sound of Today. Our next selection was a hot hit when it was released 10 years ago. South End Zone Squad, here's Fireball by Pitbull.
appropriately, the sound of today or tomorrow is playing Pitbull's Fireball here at Malone Stadium, 14-7. ULM leading Jackson State. And look, if you like the running game, you like what you saw from ULM in the first half.
I like the battle of the bands going on right now. And if ULM Warhawks sound of today, that's that pressure to try to follow the Sonic Boom.
Well, you got to follow the Sonic Boom, and that's one of the best bands in land. But they're going to make a lot of people happy, this crowd playing Fireball. But, again, Desmond, a lot of football left. Jackson State gets the ball back with a chance to tie early.
Absolutely. And if you're Jackson State, you want to come out and immediately set the tone and mix the ball game.
Yeah, and here you see General Booty getting sacked.
Set the tone.
Yeah. Blitz by a talented safety. Then Morgan. He'll throw the screen, the defense right there to make the stop. Rico Powers nowhere to go.
Yeah, and they've been trying to get the ball to Rico, but ULM has bottled him up. Landy, on the other hand, has been balling. General Booty set it up right now to get it to Devon in space. Actually, not Devon. That's Godfrey with his brand new number that he just switched up.
It could be Godfrey. It could be Wells. It could be Curry, the transfer from UAB, but then you see Jeremiah Williams in there making the stop. Again, if you are a defensive lineman, you got a single digit. What is it?
You got to be a baller.
You got to be a baller.
If you're 250 plus with a single digit number on, you got to make some plays.
Speaking of ballers, Wells out of Long Island, a former Shark of Long Island with the touchdown.
Yeah, speedster, called his number, got it in the end zone. And guess what? There go that man 2-7, balling through. You better bring your feet to the party and try to tackle him.
Miller bringing down Wyatt Williams, or Wyatt Williams will get his revenge a little later in this half.
Absolutely. And just more defensive battling. A lot of high percentage plays, as you can tell.
Really, the only shot play we've seen so far is this play right here. Is Morgan to Jonas. Florida-Lean. Looking like a Florida-Lean.
Looking like a baller.
Looking like a baller with that one-handed catch.
Look like he ready to go to Disneyland.
And it's 14-7 here at the half. We've got one more half to play in Monroe. back in Malone Stadium. Our score at the half, ULM 14, Jackson State 7. Sean Fox and Desmond Lightness. We've had as Coach Mitchell would probably call it, a productive first half as he's seen his team take the lead right before halftime after an interception by Wyatt Williams. Ahmad Hardy punches it in, and that is where we see this game at the half tied up 14-7.
Yep, and big time drive right now coming out for Jackson State. If your coach T.C. Taylor is probably telling you if 9 catches the ball, it's a different ball game right now, and that's what you tell you guys for them to not kind of feel down on themselves. And if you think about it, he catches that ball, it is a different ball game right now. Completely flipped it.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to go back to Fabian McCray, the wide receiver for Jackson State, who dropped again. Very talented wide receiver, all SWAC player, FCS award watch list. Very, very good. And then Rico Powers, Travis Terrell back deep to receive for the Tigers.
And don't forget 88 out the gate, Landon.
Yeah,
Landy has
he got going early in the first half.
They're going to call his name too.
It'll be Terrell from the 2-yard line. He might have accidentally called a fair catch and didn't even realize it.
Forgot. Sometimes.
Freshman mistake.
It's a lot going on out there. He changed his mind. You can't renege on a fair catch?
Yeah, he's a guy you're going to, if you're a Jackson State fan, you're going to hear his name called a lot this year. Again, it impresses me that I know they've got some guys out due to injury. And as you see here, whether or not he called the fair catch or not, anytime you do a motion like that, it might not have seemed like much, but no, that is.
I thought it had to go above your shoulder.
No, that is Cooper DeJean last year in the Iowa game. Yeah, it's
weird.
Yeah.
Well, this, by the way, you don't see the split 2 returners that often now at this level.
But Terrell, they have a couple backs out. Irv Mulligan's out, J.D. Martin's out, but they had 7 top returning rushers coming back from Jackson State. The fact that this kid's a freshman in there playing so much tonight tells you what Coach Taylor and his staff think of this young man. Morgan will give it to Terrell, and he has a good run on first down.
And so that he put the edge in a no-go situation. He's got to stay home because the quarterback could pull the ball, and that's what being a dual-threat quarterback does. Running back just keeps it.
Pick up of 8 for Jackson State. Good play on first down. Snap was a little
It just goes up tremendously.
Tackled by Carl Glass for the Warhawks. 1st and 10, Jackson State. First down on their first drive of the second half, trailing by 7.
One more, and it's all of a sudden you're getting close to scoring position.
Morgan in the gun where he's been most of the game. Looking to throw, drops it off to Terrell with some space. He's got Green in front of him. He's got the first down. He's close to midfield.
And you talked about just getting the ball. You talked about them going back to him, getting him the ball in space.
Now we're starting to see it.
Swing it out in the flare. You've got Carl Glass out there. That's a lot of ground for Carl to try to cover in the flats. Check out Carl from his wheel position. He's going to drop to the curl, and he's got to try to pull his trigger, but one's sitting there waiting on him.
And then Jalen Ware running down from his defensive line position to make the tackle. But that's what they want to do. They want to get Terrell the ball in space. Again, he is electric with the ball in his hands. But they do bring in Ahmad Miller as the back now. 14-7, 13-33. They'll fake it to Miller. They'll look to throw. Got a man open on the wheel. That's your boy Landy. He's got the first down to the 21-yard line. You called it.
When you watch this, Landy's so versatile because this comes in. He's flexed out. It's clearly right. He's going to be blocking. No, you run a wheel route with him, fake the toss, and just throw it up the rail. What a pass, by the way, by Jacobian to just drop it in there.
Miller's got room to run, and he's going to flip over down the 11-yard line.
Yo, how about Carl Fontroy out there playing wrestling?
Yeah, Fontroy from UAB had him head over heels on that play.
And I like how Coach TC goes. Coach TC goes tempo. Anytime you have a big play, they come back immediately and try to get some cheap yards.
Fontroy makes the stop.
And they're going to hold them up because if you substitute.
Des, great first drive for Jackson State here, trying to answer
immediately
what ULM was able to do at the end of the first half. 1st and 10 from the 11. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side.
Pressing one-on-one up top.
Morgan gives it to Miller. Miller's got room to run inside the 10 and the 5 to the 2-yard line before Ware makes the tackle.
And just great job by the JSU offensive line are creating that much push up front.
Jackson State had 6 yards rushing in the first half.
Yeah.
They're trying to establish the running game here in the second.
Looks like they got challenged, but you know what? When you can pass like that, it opens up the running game.
And listen, they've got that big offensive line. If you keep them in it, you can keep them leaning on the defensive line, which is much smaller for ULM.
They've been staying ahead of the chains right now.
Yep.
They're dialing it up.
You couldn't draw up this drive any better if you're TC Taylor. Morgan's going to keep it. He's going to make a man miss in the backfield. He will score.
And landing from his tight end position just sealed that edge. Zone read immediately. He hadn't pulled it much.
JT Stewart not able to bring him down in the backfield. I thought that might have been a tackle for a loss, but we talked about Morgan pregame. Good arm. He's already thrown for a touchdown. He's a dual threat. Now he runs it for a touchdown.
So he's just going to zone read up, pull it. 17 comes a little bit too far in, and then 88 Landon Landy's just doing a great job from his position to block.
You know who had it sealed on the left side? Portillan.
Portillan.
I'm gonna get
get
to
it.
his parents. I'm gonna get it before the end of this game.
We gotta get it, baby. And that's an incredible statement drive for Jackson State to come out of this half and march down the field and tie this ball game up.
Morgan into the end zone for the second time tonight. He's thrown a touchdown. He's ran a touchdown. And now he's got Jackson State tied at 14 here in Monroe. Inside Malone Stadium, we've got a tie ball game, 14-14. Des, what happened here on the defensive side for ULM?
J.D. Stewart coming in from his outside linebacker position. He's got to squeeze that to try to force the quarterback to pull it, but he did his job. But that's a big guy you got to try to tackle. So yeah, exactly. And then you've got the edge sealed. It's just a great play from Jackson State.
Yeah, not many quarterbacks, 6'4", 6'5", 227. Good arm, can run like that. What a gift for this offense.
Yeah. You get out, you take your hat, and you don't keep your hat outside of him, you're not going to arm tackle him.
Back and forth we go here in Monroe, tied at 14 with 11:41 left here in the third quarter.
And we got a ball game, people.
Yes, we do.
And guess what? We're about to see a lot more 12 personnel, 3 tight ends as well. We're going to see a lot more of that offensive line and Coach Vincent dialing it up to take advantage of this game up front.
Great answer. Godfrey's got it on the hop up to the 24-yard line. Now we'll see what ULM does for their first drive of the second half, but a flag on the play.
Hey, I feel like I'm back in high school in a parked car.
Yeah.
Right now. If you guys can see what our
with the studio or the booth fogged up.
Yeah. You're breathing too hard, man.
I'm full of hot air if you ask my family, so they would agree with that.
Only half the time.
Yeah.
But look, so this is going to be an interesting drive here in that we had a battle back and forth by the defenses. And offense is not really being able to cash in, a lot of possession-based drives. But now you're starting to see the offenses being able to cash in. That was the fastest drive other than the touchdown. Jackson State, when they score, it's quick.
We'll see. Well, that's not what Bryant Vince and ULM want to do. They want to be methodical. They want to run you in the ground. They want to wear you down.
Keep your offense on the sideline.
14-14 our score. A lot of football left here in the second half. 11:36 in the third quarter.
A lot of shifts.
Nate Sullivan now the H-back. Booty looking to throw, still surveying the field, rolling to his right under all kinds of pressure. Williams misses him, did a good job of getting it off.
Okay.
But they were looking for that shot play.
They were looking for a shot play, and the blitz messed it up. They had a go ball by. So if you look, you've got Campbell up there running a go ball, and you've got a deep over that Devon Wells, number 3, coming to the screen. He was trying to set up the deep over, and if he just had one more second, he was going to hit him.
Alan Walker, the pressure from the backside.
However, the ball did not cross the line of scrimmage.
I'm telling you,
the line of scrimmage,
pressure bust pipes.
Yep.
And once again, they're going to look back at the film and say, wow, we had this shot. But you know what? That's why you blitz.
And he is just got out of the end zone. We'll see where he got rid of the ball.
Second down. That was first.
Definitely not a safety, but
no.
Now you're looking at second and long. And listen, you're now in the shadow of your own end zone.
Yep.
And now it's second and long.
Intentional grounding. That is a drive. Now the face of this drive is completely changed.
Everything's changed.
Now you're thinking, get space for my punter at this point. Second down.
Right to left.
Yep, they're coming.
They give this to Hardy. Hardy's up to the 5, to the 6, dragging people to the 7 before he is tackled on the play by Robert McDaniel. A talented nickelback, one of the best in the FCS.
Yeah, can drop back and cover and come downhill and run support.
Senior Bowl watch list.
How about Hardy, though? This guy's an explosive home run hitter, but he's no easy win to take down. And that was pressure in his face. He had to make a guy miss in the backfield.
Des, what's 3rd and 17 inside your own 10's call?
What's it called? It's called punt alert. That's what it's called.
Get a couple more yards. Make sure your Australian punter's not punting in the red. Or should I say maroon. Booty to Curry. And he'll at least get him outside the 10-yard line. And a late flag from the back judge. And then we've got one from the umpire. So we see 2. Would it be if I've been jinxed by trying to call these. I'll just let them do it.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
A gift.
Number 39.
A gift.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, that's what you call. You hope something like that happens.
Goodness,
Philip Webb.
What an own goal if you're a soccer player. It looks like he's going to take his hand and get it right inside
that was
torque
obvious,
it. Just completely unnecessary, undisciplined play there. He's going to be doing some other
Philip Webb, a transfer from LSU. He is a 4-star player when he signed with LSU a few years ago.
It's tough. And
he looks the part, though, doesn't he?
He does.
But a costly penalty gives ULM a first down. What was 3rd and 17, they definitely would have punted. Now they've got a first down.
Generally, offenses get points in situations where you get them out of jail.
Now you got to take advantage of it if you're ULM. 1st and 10 from your own 26-yard line. Booty's going to keep. Gets a block from Nixon. He's got green grass in front of him. 40 to the 50. He'll go down outside the 40-yard line, the 41-yard line. So Booty, we don't usually view him as the runner, but I told you earlier at Trinity he did a pretty good job with it.
Okay, Tony Romo. They rolled coverage here, expecting a play side run. Obviously, Coach Vincent has seen something on film where he know what they're doing. They're rolling coverage, and he dialed this up. Great play call.
Let's see. Sideline worn out.
Yeah.
No flag. Yep. By the way, Booty's OC at Trinity, the San Antonio Brahmas OC, A.J. Smith of the UFL. Very, very talented offensive mind.
Man, look, you don't even have a producer looking this stuff up in your ear. You're just doing it yourself.
A.J.'s a heck of an offensive coordinator. Booty, what a cut by Hardy. Wow. Good gain on first down before he's tackled by McDaniel.
And that's why the zone, I can't overstate
Like my defensive backs who look like Robert McDaniel, 6'2", 207. Again, Aeneas Williams watch list, former great defensive back out of Southern, the Arizona Cardinals, and Senior Bowl watch list for McDaniel.
And Aeneas Williams was selling cars at one point.
Yes, he was.
Man, he's doing it all. Baller.
I think he was better at a corner. But this one not going anywhere.
A little extra push.
Yeah, the push came in late. Yeah. Joshua Nobles hit him at the line of scrimmage, but that push by the offensive line got him some positive momentum.
I think they blew his forward progress dead before they could get that extra yards. If you're ULM, you're going to be upset about that.
Only one on the play, 3rd and 4, but in Jackson State territory. So now this is kind of that no man's land.
Is this a 2-down situation? It's going to highly depend on what happens here. And
if you don't get any yards, you think about
pistol.
punting. Yeah. Go for pistol. He's got the back now to his left. They'll put Griffin in motion.
They've been heating it up traditionally on 3rd down.
Fakes it to Griffin. Ball knocked away.
And on 3rd down, Jackson State has brought somebody off the edge.
Guess who made that play? Kevin Wiggins. Where's he from? Former ULM Warhawk.
Yeah, you think that was a little personal for him?
Boy,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've just been bringing some edge pressure on 3rd down. Brought 2 guys off the edge, Walker and Kevrick, and to force the quarterback to make a quick decision. Great play there by Kevrick.
And he's letting the ULM sideline know about it too.
And you see Coach Vincent there is getting on to the Zebras there.
They're going to go for it, 4th and 4.
Answered our question.
From the 36 of Jackson State,
Freeze
37.
alert.
Booty.
Nope.
To Hardy.
Oh. Second
Extra effort. Scott, he's still on his feet. Still on his feet. Look at this rugby scrum for a first down.
Mambo sauce is saucing.
Curry, the transfer out of UAB.
Oh, I thought that was
That's
James.
okay.
Yeah.
It was an angry run. You thought it'd be Jones,
Absolutely.
but that is Curry.
He ran angry. Somebody lost a helmet, and that is just pure desire.
And Des, he was hit close to the first down, but that extra effort by Curry keeping those legs turning, but then that offensive line carrying him from a first down. You would call that a grown man first down run.
And look who's behind
leading the
him.
way. Is that Fish? That was
58 Fisher, the leader of that offensive line. Give him an assist there.
That's why he's got the C. Represented ULM at Sun Belt Conference Media Day.
They get points here. Remember that play.
Cut back to open space. 10, 5. There's your Baltimore boy for a touchdown.
That is Mambo sauce right there. James Jones with the great cut there. Shout out to his offensive line for driving the Jackson State Tigers off the ball.
That didn't have to be an angry run. There was so much green in front of him. You could have drove a smack truck through it.
Watch the cut, though. Once again, play side.
Cut back, yep.
Just a little cut back. 5-0 there to center. Carter Miller sealing that backer.
Carter Miller transfer out of James Madison.
Yeah.
Sealing it.
Great program.
Yep.
And that is a statement set up by that 4th down run by Curry.
Not only that, the face mask.
Oh, we talked about that, right?
You said it usually leads to points. You called it, Tony Romo.
The football guys do not like that type of stuff.
Larson's field goal is good, and back and forth affair we have between ULM and Jackson State. James, hello, sir. My name is James Jones, and I like to score touchdowns into the end zone for ULM, his first of his career. Gives the Warhawks a 21-14 lead here in the 3rd quarter on ESPN+.
I'm going to make that Mambo sauce name stick.
For smiles of the game. When you see our camera, let's see your smile. It's the Smile Cam.
Jones put the exclamation point on a 9-play, 85-yard drive for ULM. And Des, it goes back to penalties. Jackson State was going to get off the field with good field position, but an obvious face mask leads to a first down, leads to a touchdown.
And if you don't think that this is a mental game, you don't think that defensive line is huffing and puffing during that drive is thinking, I'm supposed to be on the sideline right now, then you're crazy. And it generally leads to points when you make those mistakes.
But every time ULM has scored, Jackson State has had an answer. They've got the opportunity to do it again with 7:32 remaining in the third quarter.
And have you noticed how, like, this has been the clock seems to be dragging with the way these offenses work. But they're minimizing the opportunities that each offense is getting, so you got to make each drive count.
It's way past my bedtime. Yes, everything's dragging right now.
We appreciate you guys at home that's sticking with us.
Is it after dark yet?
It is 10 o'clock. I feel
oh,
like
my gosh. I haven't been up since 10 o'clock for a while.
If you're on the East Coast, it's 11 right now watching us.
God bless you.
Yeah, but look at that band, though. They don't care.
We're going to need a coffee run by the time this thing's over with.
I'm not tired. What's that? Scott Van Pelt. But, yeah, 174 total yards right now for the Jackson State.
You think Scott Van Pelt's got a little something on this with the bad beats?
He definitely – we got to make it his late-night run with that play by Fort Lee.
21-14, ULM, 7:32 left. Throws out to Landy into the flat. Landy, boy, it looked like he was going to lose yards when Randall had him in the backfield. He did a good job, individual effort, just to get a positive game, but that one was read all the way by the Warhawk defense.
Yeah, and that looks like film study there. Randall pulling his trigger, immediately going out there in open space to tackle that big load.
21-14 our score. Knutson into the ball game for ULM.
I've been waiting to say Knutson all day.
I could get that one, but not.
Yeah. Fort Lee.
I know. It's my cross to bear. Morgan, under pressure by pulling, gets it out to Terrell on the far sideline.
Okay.
He'll get 4 yards short of the first down, picks up 4 on 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Coach Ernest Hill dialed up a game there by the defensive line, a little Rita stunt, what I would call it. Switch, just trading gaps by each tackle.
A what?
A Rita, Hurricane Rita.
I would not. Nope, I would see. That's why we have you doing the color analyst stuff.
Yeah. Shout out to Manny Michel.
Well, you used to coach here as well.
Absolutely. That was his brainchild.
You say Michel, you know right away that is a South Louisiana person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's Manny, not man.
3rd and 3. Jackson State puts Landy in motion. Morgan pitches it to Miller, running behind Landy, and they will be out to a first down, getting right through the arms of Pullen, right at the sticks, but gets the first down.
And just good hard running there. Check this out.
So Landy getting everybody's pulling.
And Landy's blocking too.
And then Henry.
Chop blocks out
by
there.
the way, who else is pulling? A former ULM Warhawk, Evan Henry. He was an all-conference player when he was here at ULM. Morgan to Miller again. This time ULM defense is ready for it. But look at that extra effort by Miller dragging people.
Miller time.
Anything you can do, I can do better. What a powerful run by Miller, dragging all kinds of maroon jerseys.
I've been waiting to say it's Miller time for a while.
Well, he gave it reason to see that on that play. Looked like he was going to gain of 2 or 3, and before you know it, there's 4 maroon jerseys going backwards.
Low center of gravity.
Low man seems to always win.
Definitely. But now this drive has life.
Yeah.
And just back dirty 2 yards in the cloud of dust football they're playing
on their own 49-yard line, trailing by 7.
Shot play.
Morgan looking deep over. Just in and out of the hands. I thought Morgan climbed the ladder to go up and get it off his hands.
And so you've been grinding, and then you take a shot, spread them out, and just a little bit high. That's the second ball he's put high for Morgan here.
Just
and it's behind him.
Yeah, he puts it in front of him. He's probably still running, but that throw was behind him.
And the people that say, "What, hit him in the hands?" I want you to go run full speed in your backyard.
It's behind
and
him.
have somebody throw you the ball behind you.
That's different than the one that was intercepted. That was a little bit tougher. Yeah. And think about it. The throw was high. Wasn't pressured really.
No.
Had time to set his
clean
feet.
pocket. Yeah. Good pass pro.
Wyatt Williams was on the coverage for ULM on that play. 21-14. They'll throw Terrell out in motion, but flag on the play.
And just 2 unforced errors back to back there with the errant pass and now getting behind the chains there.
Prior to the timeout.
Oh,
Jackson State, they're first.
Well, you'd
So check that.
prefer a timeout than a
30
penalty.
second timeout.
Yeah. Coach TC saw something he didn't like. And now he's going to come back with a better play.
We'll come back to third quarter action on ESPN Plus after this.
We out? I think we out. Yeah, I'm trying to find.
Fans, let's welcome to the north end zone the 2024-25 ULM Hawk line under the direction of Kayla Attaway and assistant coach Rachel Meredith. They're led by Captain Kaylee Hoover and co-captains Nakia Domingue and Amelia Long. Let's welcome the ULM Hawk line. Coming ahead with the ULM Hawk line. Bud Light and Marcella Beverage remind you to drink responsibly.
ULM band excited for what they've seen so far in their season opener up 21-14. TC Taylor trying to see if his team can tie it here at the end of the third quarter. ULM up 21-14 over Jackson State. 5:10 remaining here again in the third.
A couple big plays separating here.
2nd and 10 from the 49. New quarterback is a transfer, Cam McCoy from Eastern Michigan, coming in for Jacoby Morgan.
Interesting.
Here after the timeout. And listen, both dual threats. I think Morgan is a little bit better of a thrower than a runner. Cam McCoy, an excellent runner, transfer out of Eastern Michigan. He actually started his last game, the bowl game in Mobile.
Yeah.
He started versus South Alabama.
It's interesting because Coach TC Taylor has a completely different philosophy than Coach Vincent about quarterbacks. He wants an established number one. He doesn't really want to play the backup. So for him to put his backup in right now shows that they're not happy right now with what they're getting from their starter.
Well, they put Morgan right back in there on that play, and they'll put Fortillion in motion. Fortillion in motion from left to right. Fortillion, Morgan. Well, he was looking for Fortillion and unfortunately threw it to the stands.
Yeah. And back to Coach Vincent, his philosophy is he believes in playing his backup quarterback because the only way your backup gets better is getting some experience.
And I thought we might see Aiden Armenta at some point, and he is a quarterback who played last year a little bit for Coach Vincent at New Mexico, but right now sticking with Booty so far.
Seems like the game's a little bit too close for comfort to coach your number two.
ULM with a chance to maybe get some distance here, but you got to watch Matt Knoll, the All-American punter for Jackson State, he's got an excellent opportunity to pin the Warhawks again inside their own 10-yard line. Devon Wells back to receive for ULM. Matt Knoll running. What are all those maroon jerseys doing in my face?
What's going on here?
Delay of game. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So make it 4th and 16. Steamy booth in here.
Yeah, we're watching the monitor.
The humidity of Monroe is wreaking havoc on us.
It's all good. We got a nice upgraded monitor now.
They've taken care of us. Knowles punt. Oh, it is blocked. Blocked by the Warhawks.
Now this is key. If the ball goes past the line of scrimmage, the defense has to stay away from the ball.
Well, Edmonds picked it up and went running, but a blocked punt by ULM.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, but when you block a punt, field goal, if it goes beyond the line of scrimmage, you have to peter. You have to stay away from it.
And talking with Coach Vincent, he thought there was going to be an opportunity. As good as Knoll is, he thought there might be an opportunity for them to block a punt tonight. You see who got it? Was it 54? Drillette making the punt block for the Warhawks.
Brett Drillette here.
Brett Drillette.
Another holdover from last year. Yeah. Great, very heady player.
6'2", 220 junior out of Weatherford, Texas, making a big play in the season opener for the Warhawks.
Yeah, you remember every special teams play like that for the rest of your life. Oh. So he's got that's memory bank.
Punt and kick blocks don't happen very often.
No.
So good field position for the Warhawks from their own 45-yard line. Sullivan in motion. Give to Hardy. Hardy is stonewalled after a gain of 1.
That's Reed Pulliam there. Reed Pulliam is
transfer
a heavy hitter.
Transfer out of Trinity Valley, 6'3", 230.
Yeah. He brought his lunch pail.
Yes, he did. Got Hardy after a short gain. There's Booty with his ripped jersey. If you missed it, that happened in the first half.
It just shows, though, the way this offense is set up, you have to be so gap sound. And that Jackson State, credit to them, they were gap sound there.
Gain of 1. Pulliam holding it to a 1-yard gain. H-back in. Booty looking to throw. Rolls out. Throws it to his tight end. Nixon stays on his feet. Gets across midfield. But that's actually Nate Sullivan.
Nate Sullivan there. He's been blocking. And all of a sudden, he just kind of lows you, blocks a little bit, and then rolls out into the flats. Perfect play call there because Jackson State heated it up, and they brought the blitz there.
Nate Sullivan, a transfer by way of Omaha.
Omaha?
Nebraska boy. 3rd and 2 for the Warhawks. Right across midfield.
And if you're Jackson State, you're thinking you have to get off the field now, or it might even be Coach Vincent has shown he'll go for it
at this
part of the field.
They'll go 2 backs and put Wells in motion. Hardy stopped for a loss. Who is it? Pulliam once again.
Pulliam. So that was actually set up.
Smith,
by the blitz they got in the backfield, stopped him, didn't make the tackle, but allowed Reed Pulliam to come over the top. So check it out. You have Walker there come down,
they blew it up,
blow up the H-back, and also blow up the running back.
And that play, you're right, was made by Walker getting in there in the backfield. Looks like Coach is keeping the offense once again in the game on 4th and 4. Just going to try to get him to jump.
And maybe he'll see what the defense does, and if he likes it or not, they tell him, "Hope freeze." And because of the field position, you might just take the delay game.
Yeah. And then does TC Taylor take the penalty? So he had a good opportunity to go to waste there, Des, to maybe get a little distance. Not able to take advantage of the field position.
Yeah, and that was set up, though, by Jackson State bowing their necks and making a good play.
And right before they get a penalty, Coach decided to take a timeout.
Oh, interesting. A little confusion there by the Warhawks.
Next week, ULM will take on UAB. They're actually in action against another SWAC school. I believe Alcorn tonight. I think UAB's got a pretty sizable lead in that one in Birmingham. But they'll be here next Saturday.
Coming into Malone Stadium with a little bit of a personal thing there. Yeah. I guarantee it's a lot of relationships that Coach Byron Vincent still has with UAB.
That. Yeah, Coach Vincent was the interim coach at UAB. He was a longtime assistant coach by their great head coach, former head coach Bill Clark.
It took him to 8-5, right? As an interim coach.
Yeah, winning record got him into a bowl game. They will send the punting unit off.
Rugby.
Fair catch called inside the 10-yard line by Terrell. So with 1:48 remaining here in the third quarter, see if Jackson State can tie this up as we go into our fourth and final stanza here in Monroe.
When you think about this game, though, it's really, like most games, it's a handful of plays. You've got one errant high ball that's tipped that gets picked off. You've got the face mask that kept the drive going for ULM.
Got it on. We went for it on fourth down on that
and
drive.
then going for it on fourth down, and then you got for Jackson State even keeping it close was that bomb there to Fort Lee.
And look, Ryan McKenzie, first time ever punting in a college football game. First time he's ever punted in a football game period. I think he's done a pretty good job tonight.
Absolutely.
Getting that one inside the 10-yard line.
For an Australian, he's doing incredible. Australian rugby player.
Yep. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Morgan, quick screen to Rico Powers, brought down by Vigors.
This is
right at the line of scrimmage.
A highlight practice film study play. Watch him attack the blocker. Not only does his job is just to force it back inside. Takes the outside shoulder, keeps the sideline outside of him, and then also makes the tackle. Just big time balling. 1 versus 1, by the way.
David Gotze in there as well for ULM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they've kind of kept Rico Powers in check so far tonight. 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. They're at their own 6-yard line. Morgan, quick throw once again. This one's out to Powers, and once again, Vigors right where he needed to be after a short gain.
And right now, Vigors has Powers. Yeah. He has the power.
It's one-on-one, literally one-on-one.
Literally one-on-one and 1 versus 1. And right now, Vigors has the answer.
3rd and 6 after the gain of 7.
But that was a successful play. That was just to set up to make it 3rd and manageable. Run a little comeback, get it to him in space, and now you have your entire playbook open to you.
If ULM could get a stop, they could get good field position to start the fourth quarter. The JSU faithful would love to keep this drive alive.
Watch the under routes here.
31 seconds left. Ahmad Miller in there at tailback for the Tigers. Man in motion, Landy from left to right, or right to left. And we're going to whistle. We know that.
They were trying to set up Landy in the flat, and they had a curl route sitting.
Sit down a self-inflicted wound that you can't have in that situation. 3rd and 6 turns into 3rd and 11, and now you're basically inside your own 10-yard line.
That's the sound of somebody shooting himself in the foot there.
The ULM faithful like what they see so far tonight. See if they can hold on to this lead. 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 and 36 are a world of difference, man.
At the 6-yard line, do they send pressure?
Probably. Nope. Going to sit back and cover.
Morgan gets the easy throw to Kobe Paul, but well short of the first down.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You need 10 plus, and you run a 3-yard comeback.
First catch of the ball game for
That's
Kobe
the end of the
Wells.
third quarter.
The 6'1", 180 senior. There's Morgan getting his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. Then Jones, his first score.
Mambo sauce.
When we come back, the fourth quarter in Monroe.
Merchandise for Warhawks student athletes through an online marketplace. ULM fans will have the chance to support the Warhawks in style and with personalized merchandise. All ULM student athletes will have the opportunity to create their own webpage that showcases their personal gear that's available for purchase. Additionally, Influxer will provide ULM student athletes with education and training on marketing, entrepreneurship, and personal branding. Scan our QR code on the video board right now, supporting the Warhawk athletes. home game is September 7th, and it's a blackout game against UAB. It'll feature our new all-black uniforms. Come out and support the Warhawks as they take on the Blazers at 6 p.m. And don't forget to wear your black. Athletic events, thanks to Drax and the Warhawk Athletic Foundation.
Fourth and final quarter here on ESPN Plus between Jackson State and ULM. Late night here in Monroe. This thing delayed by about 2 hours as we talked about this in the opener. There hadn't been rain around here in quite some time, and boy, did the heavens open up about 2 o'clock today.
Just in time, right? I had a neighbor say, it feels like rain. I wanted to tell him, shut your mouth. Don't you jinx us.
And
sure enough.
What do you know? You can't. It's like a no-hitter. You can't talk about it.
I've been running my sprinkler system to death.
Matt Knoll punting from his end zone. ULM with a great opportunity to get good field position with Wells back there to receive.
Big drive here for the Jackson State defense.
Yeah, you go down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. The tempo of the game, the offense has to change drastically.
It's about a wrap, and their offense isn't really set up for that. And ULM offense is set up.
Again, Knoll with a great punt, pinning Wells inside his own 40-yard line. Again, you could see why he is one of the best punters in the country.
Textbook. Even with the end zone right there.
No
Shadow
fear.
His end zone.
No fear. Look at that
Machine.
stat, 27 minutes time of possession to 17:56. In fact, it's gotten a little more even here in the second half.
Yeah, it's coming close because it was double.
It was double, yeah. So it's getting a little closer.
And now you're going to see General Booty come out here and run his 4-minute up.
And we've only seen, and look, when you're ahead right now and you've run the football fairly well, you haven't had to take too many shots played. Look to take one all game. We'll see if we get one on this drive.
Now will be the time. Put it away.
Sullivan in motion. Booty throws it to Wells. Got a good block by Sullivan, and he's close to midfield. Again.
Devon. When you know they don't have their in-season legs just yet. These players are still trying.
Actually, say he got the first down, 1st and 10. Thought he was a yard short, but the Warhawks will take it. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield. Booty gives it off to Jones. Short gain on the play.
And with this, that was about 5 yards.
Reed Pulliam once again making the stop.
And it's tough with this type of offense. If you allow them to get 5 yards on first down, or 4 to 5 yards, they're happy. They're ahead of the sticks.
And they're in really, we talk about, there's a lot of tempo in today's football. Right now, this offense, not in a hurry at all.
Just chilling, chugging along.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far, but there goes Sullivan in motion once again.
Perfect chance for a shot play here.
Moody. Transfer out of Dodge City Community College by way of King City, Virginia.
Yeah. Javon there in space is we talk about Devon Wells, but Campbell's no easy tackle either in space. But enough of those routes, that's how you set up the deep ball.
1st and 10 at the 35. Just cut after cut, paper cut after paper cut after paper cut. 1st and 10 from the 35 of JSU. To bring a tight end in as an H-back. Hardy's checked into the game. He cuts back. He's driving defenders. Still on his feet. And another good gain by the freshman.
Yep. And just to see how patient he is.
Yeah, started outside, cut back inside.
Just not in any hurry, finding his gaps, and then finishing strong.
Gain of 7 on the play. Looked like it was going to be a 3-yard gain, turned it into a 7-yard gain.
No.
He is 2 yards short of a 100-yard game in his first game as a collegiate player.
He didn't cross the ball. That's going to be on the offense there.
Yeah.
He jumped,
That's
but
on
didn't come into
Smith.
Like, we're on schedule, running everything perfect.
Very different when you're 2nd and 2 and
Offside.
2nd and 7.
Oh,
Defense, number 2, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty.
Again, I'm
Results
not going
in
to
a
say
first
that you're
down.
biased
I
towards
definitely am
defensive
biased.
line.
Let's
It's
look
starting
here.
to show.
Did
but
they cross the line? I can't
that
see
was
from that angle.
there was McDaniel sending him on a nickel blitz.
Because they can
There's
jump all they
Nobles,
want
yeah.
as long as they don't cross the ball. Anyway, well, good cheap yards there for the Warhawks.
That's a first down. Keeps the drive alive for ULM. Moody back into the pistol. Trying to just run that clock as we've gone under 12 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Moody, play action. Rolls right, under pressure, gets it off, and nobody there.
And
Closest people to it
Gotchi was
were
blocking there.
McDaniel. Yeah.
So it was like, was he trying to run a naked boot? That's interesting.
McDaniel and our guy Day were the closest to it.
Definitely. And that somebody, I don't know if that was a blown route or didn't develop it. in
Nothing like
time.
doing the bootleg, turning to the other side, and nobody there.
Nobody there. But somebody's there, they're just blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gotchi there.
Hardy's back into the ball game for the Warhawks. And 2 yards away from a 100-yard game in his first game.
I keep saying that Coach Vincent's running his 4-minute. Their entire offense is basically
It really
4-minute.
is. It's kind of the opposite of what we see in college football these days.
Definitely, with the running gun.
21-14 our score.
Louisiana Monroe.
ULM,
30
Jackson
seconds.
State. A lot of football left here in Monroe.
Football. At Hampton Inn Hotels, you'll find more of the space you need to spread out, relax, and work. We have the essentials you need to stay on your game and be your best at Hampton Inn.
Back here in the 4th quarter in Monroe here on ESPN Plus. Sean Fox, Des Lighton. So far this drive, 5 plays, 38 yards for General Moody in the Warhawk offense. Almost 3 minutes off the clock, but they'd love to take more time and come away with points, give them a little bit of breathing room against this Tiger team.
Yeah, they score here. You probably see them open the offense up a little bit, maybe even see Armenta come in. General Booty out there looking like a general. His jersey's all ripped like he went to battle.
That he does. Physical first game. 2nd and 10 Warhawks. from the JSU 23. Booty looking to throw. Booty's going to be dropped down by Walker. Going to get at least back to the line of scrimmage, but Walker and Williams in there to make the stop.
And he had Nate Sullivan that was in motion that set down in the flats for some guaranteed yards. Just didn't quite get his head around to it.
Alan Walker transfer from Louisiana Tech back into the 3-1-8 for the season opener. 3rd and 10. The 23-yard line of Jackson State for the Warhawks.
I wouldn't call it a must stop, but it's pretty much, it's almost.
You'd rather try to get him to kick a field goal. Booty on the keep. He'll be short of the first down. Just QB power. Booty's coming off the field on 4th and 3, so I got to assume they're putting the kicking team on.
It looked like Coach Vincent said, we got to get 3 here no matter what.
And that's kind of the call that was.
Yep. We'd like to get the first down, but we're going to set ourselves up more for a high percentage field goal.
Jeremiah Williams, again, we've called his name quite a bit tonight in there for the stop. Larson in there. Max Larson, the transfer from Florida State, to try to
give. Look at that game clock. It's double zeros there. You're going to have to burn a timeout.
Kick was up and good, but is there a penalty or is there a timeout?
Delay of game.
Nope, delay of game.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty.
You can hear the coaching staff is not happy with that.
If Coach Vincent was a cartoon character, he would be red right now with steam coming out of the top of his head.
All will be forgiven if he makes the field goal. If not, might be a long conversation on the sideline.
Absolutely, because that's just, they drill this. There's a special teams period in practice, and it's just taking your offense, running them off the field, and running your special team unit on the field for that situation alone.
Again, Alex Larson, field goal got a little more difficult with that penalty to give the Warhawks a 2-score lead with 10:25 left in the 3rd quarter from 39 yards. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick. It decided to hook back in, and, well, Coach Vincent and really Larson can take a sigh of relief because that field goal is up and good. 24-14 Warhawks here on ESPN+.
Fans, everyone loves the Warhawks and everyone loves Johnny's Pizza. So drop by one of the many locations across Louisiana before and after our games and enjoy your favorite Johnny's Pizza. Order online right now. Pick it up after the game at johnnysbh.com.
It's tailgate time at Monroe Chevrolet. Monroe Chevrolet is the explore the drive with a big selection of new Chevys, used cars, and certified Chevys. All priced to go.
Comes to our more people are buying and Ryan. Ryan Chevy in Monroe.
The ULM Risk Management and Insurance Programs are the most respected in the entire country. Known for its focus on specialty risks such as high-tech ventures, sports and entertainment. Most ULM RMI students accept positions in the industry months before they graduate. ULM RMI is proud to support our walk athletes and spirit groups.
ULM with 10:21 left here in the 4th quarter. Game number 1 of the 2024 campaign underway. And as you see the schedule next week, Des, right back here in Monroe Stadium as they take on UAB. A bit of a maybe revenge game for Bryant Vincent and a lot of this staff.
Yeah, if you look at the history, he takes over as interim coach, makes them bowl eligible, goes 8-5, and then gets, some would say, passed over for a job, but it ends up here, and now he has the opportunity to avenge that.
And then after that, on the road at Texas, a lot of people feel that the Texas Longhorns almost a shoe-in in year number 1 of the SEC to go to the college football playoffs. It'll be Terrell from inside his own end zone 10, all the way up to the 20-yard line. Look at Carl Glass, your boy.
Your boy Carl Glass.
You share an alma mater.
Yeah, absolutely. Washita line there, stand out. Just a ball player.
Yep.
Man, this guy's a starting linebacker out there on special teams running down, making the play. Not normal.
Got out to the 21-yard line. And Des, look, it's 10-16 left, so it's not like they had to go all of a sudden go in the hurry-up offense. But you'd like to think with this talented wide receiving core, and they got a number of guys, you got a strong arm quarterback like Morgan, man, it's time to start airing it out there.
Now they're going to have to open up the offense here for sure. 3 possessions minimum. They've got to score twice, and ULM, they got to stop ULM.
And with that, they give it to Miller, and he picks up 4 on the carry.
So you got
right behind Evan Henry.
Think about just the way ULM's offense is designed. It's designed to take time off the clock. So they're going to have 2 possessions and score as
really
well
on the
as
field
stop
after the
ULM.
runner was down
So
by
you don't have time for any ball possession
Well,
drives.
they say he was down 2 yards short of what I said, so it's 2nd and 8, gain of 2. But that clock, here we go, it begins to run. 19, Kobe Paul into the ball game, into the slot here on the near side with Rico Powers. Morgan in the gun, looking to throw this time.
There's
Under all
pressure.
kinds of pressure, gets it away. Number of ULM guys in there in the backfield.
Yeah, well, that was actually set up by the safety blitz off the edge
Godsey
there.
off the edge, yep.
And Wydett came as well.
Wydett as well, yeah. So we had a corner and a safety in there. I don't want to say it was a zero blitz, but they sent the house.
Definitely.
And we'll see if he got it past the line of scrimmage. That's what Coach Vincent was looking for.
So look at Wydett there on the edge.
It was
intentional grounding.
There it is.
Offense.
Yeah,
We've seen it twice tonight.
Why didn't Gotti in the backfield?
The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Loss of down.
Again, that's even bigger. So now you've got 3rd and extremely long.
Yeah.
And again, you're not in the. It's not at the point yet where you got to go for it. So ULM gets a stop here. They're going to get the ball back. It's costly penalties for Jackson State tonight. It's been a big difference.
Yep.
Yard line, the
a few
14-yard
unforced
line.
errors for sure. You're taking a bad situation and making it worse. But that was set up there by Coach Ernest Hill dialing up the blitz.
Hadn't really gotten to him much, but have certainly at least created a little bit of pressure, made him throw it a half-second quicker than he wanted to. Gives it to Miller, his back out of the backfield on kind of that arrow route, but Carl Glass in there to make the stop.
You see him put the seatbelt on, strapped. Because, guys, an open field tackle like that on a skilled player by a linebacker, that's no easy win. And look at all that ground he's got on that angle route.
Yeah.
Out route, I should say, and he's right there.
I went with the angle.
Yeah. You run it. They run those drills all the time, and that was basically a textbook tackling drill.
So Noel back in the punt. Got a little bit of it back, but it's 4th and 10. 8:53 to go. Noel trying to flip the field again for Jackson State. Again, when it doesn't get blocked, Wells
just don't block him.
Got room to run. Got a wall up to the 45, back to the 43-yard line, but a good return by Devin Wells, the 2-time All-NEC, All-Conference return guy.
Yeah, and kind of held your breath there because it looked like the umpire was going to throw a block in the back there, and it would have null and voided that great run by Devon. And it's like you can shield. You know, they really do protect. They do protect the runners now from the crackback block.
I don't know a lot about Long Island football, but I do know they had a pretty decent baseball team.
I do know that Devon is a Florida guy, so him in Long Island should have been a culture shock.
Kissimmee.
Yeah, Kissimmee,
right
there
outside of Orlando.
Disney,
Oh, look, my daughter does travel cheer, so I'm used to this whole Disney World Orlando thing, all right? You got to forgive me. 1st and 10 ULM from their own 42-yard line. The give is to Jones, and he is going to be hit right around the line of scrimmage by a young man whose name we've called quite a bit, Reed Pulliam. He is possibly the defensive MVP for Jackson State tonight.
Yep, Reed and Ashton Taylor. They pounding it.
Reed out of Belton, Texas. Second and 8, under 8 to go.
Look at
Elijah Fisher.
Look at Elijah with a jolly smile on his face. They're loving this. They're like a pig
this is
in
what
mud.
this is what the linemen like now. They know they're going to rely on those guys.
Yep.
Godfrey in motion to Jones. Makes one man miss. Little hop, skip, and a jump for more yards.
I'm gonna tell you,
third and short.
I'm gonna tell you how some of y'all might not know about offensive line. They all love run blocking. They don't like pass blocking. They'd run it every play offensive line if they could.
Holding. Offense.
On one you're going
number
forward,
85.
and the other one you're going backward.
There you go.
Remains second down.
We'll see what happened here. There's Jones with his
Jump
little
cut.
hop. Oh, he jumped over his man.
He jumped into a jump. I don't think, but did you see how much space he covered with that jump cut?
He jumped over Campbell.
He jump cut like 5 yards. That was an 8-yard broad jump he did.
I haven't played NCAA yet. What's that button?
I don't think they have that button.
Is that the triangle button?
It might. No, it's L1.
That's
L1.
the cut. That's the cut.
Yes,
What's the
that was
jump?
a jump cut. That's circle.
Circle's the spin move.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Triangle stiff on him, I think. I'm old.
I haven't played the new one yet. I'm mad at myself. Second and 20. Booty. Shot. Knocked away. Had a man open. But look at it. Our guy, Isaias Guthrie, he just showed why he's one of the best safeties in the SWAC and at the FCS. There was a man open, and he went up there and got it.
Okay, the play before we talked about broad jump, right? This is your vertical jump. We're just out here doing a whole pro day. Check him out.
There.
He climbed the ladder.
That's an easy first down for Godfrey if that's not knocked away by Guthrie.
Yep, and Booty tried to feather it in there and just couldn't get enough up on it. But he didn't count on Guthrie jumping out of the gym.
That'll look good at the combine next year. Third and 20. We'll see if they just try to get some positive yards here. Conservative call, we'll see. Booty's going to keep it himself, looking for a block, doesn't get it. And he is going to be well short of the first down. Brought down by Brown for Jackson State.
Yeah, the keeper fooled that.
John Brown, yeah.
John Brown, huh?
Homegrown guy. Jackson, Mississippi.
And there's several guys on ULM's roster from Mississippi.
A lot of Mississippi in this game.
4th and 14 here. That was not the drive that the Warhawks
No,
wanted.
it was not. But it's exactly what Jackson State ordered up.
Still in this game.
Ryan McKenzie, will he punt left or right-footed is the question.
What you want, left or right?
Not many guys can do that. Travis Terrell back to receive McKenzie's punt. He'll let it go.
Peter.
And a friendly Warhawk bounce gets it inside the 15-yard line. So we've seen the veteran punter, Matt Knoll. We've seen why he's an All-American, but we're starting to see McKenzie come of age here at Monroe. I love the fact that he here in the fourth quarter. 6:24 left in this ball game with ULM up 10, 24-14, and now it's time to get going if you're Jackson State. And again, biggest stat, right, Des, 199-50, 33-48 to 19-48.
Yep, just ball controlling drives for the Warhawks.
And I feel like I've known Mackenzie Ryan so good, I've just called him Mackenzie all day. But Mackenzie Ryan has done a really good job in his first game.
Just a heck of a name there, him and Fort Lee.
That will live with us forever, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Fabian McCray, can't blame that on him when Morgan just put a little too much on that one, and lucky it's not intercepted.
Yeah, that's when you.
Yep. Fun Troy didn't see the ball. Then
you got to put that ball
Billy
lower.
Pullen almost got it on the ricochet.
It's got to be lower and to stop him from leading them into that safety there. That's tough.
6:19 left. Oregon gives it off to Terrell, trying to go to the far side, and nothing happening. Pickup of 1 on the play. Tackle by, let's see. Making the stop.
Carbajal, that's a good
Alvino
one.
Carbajal, yeah, transfer from UAB. Our spotter fell asleep. It's late. That's all right. We forgive you. Luckily, the next game, knock on wood, starts at what, 6? Well, all right. We need coffee next game. 3rd and 9. Jackson State's got to get it. Morgan's under pressure. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off himself. He's going to get enough for a first down. I thought he was going to be stopped short. He got enough and it keeps the drive alive.
Gotta have it, and he got it. Coverage ran off. You thought we would see a little bit more of that today, and Cedric Langston there on the tackle for the Warhawks.
Langston out of Lynette, Alabama. 6'3", 220. That was another name that was spotlighted by Coach Vincent the other day. Fake pitch. Morgan's going to keep and pick up 3 on the carry.
Interesting call there with 5 minutes left, down by 2 possessions. But they run the QB power, essentially, pulling the guard as a lead blocker. But you've got to think that they've got to push the ball down the field. If your coach Ernest Hill and the defense, they're happy. You can have that all day.
2nd and 8, high snap. Ball's on the ground, right into the hands of Miller, and he's going to pick up positive yardage and get close to a first down. Talking about near disaster, maybe a game-ending turnover into positive yardage.
Just like you draw it up there on the chalkboard.
That is what we used to call the fumble-rooski.
But how
right
about,
there, but unintended.
High snap, but how about him dribbling the ball? Watch this stiff arm here.
And he gets just short of a first down. That is something Randall will remember, getting stiff armed.
Yeah,
he's made a lot of good plays tonight.
Feeling.
Yep. Mike Miller's going to be stopped short, Des. It's going to be right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, they tried to go tempo there. It didn't work.
This is essentially the game. If Jackson State doesn't get this, ULM can get into their 4-minute offense with 2 scores.
Yeah, it's ball game. But even with that, at the pace of this drive, I mean, they only have 2 timeouts left. The clock's just gonna run out.
4th and 1, essentially your ball game here with 3:44 left. Jackson State down 10. Need to get it, but do you just run the football to make sure you get the first down? The give to Miller. He's going to be, he got past the first guy, but he won't get past the second guy. Stopped well short of a first down.
About 3 or 4 Warhawks.
Stopped in the backfield by Tyrese Hopkins. Football IQ shown all on that play.
You have Tyrese.
Carbajal as well in there to make the stop. Good drive for that young man.
Yeah, he came in off the bench and spelled, made him cut back.
Yeah. Cavante Wells was the first one to get his mitts on him.
How about Landon coming in and cleaning up Ware by the pile? That man's nasty.
That was what we call a group effort.
Yeah.
That play was pretty much dead to rights.
It was. The coach dialed up the blitz at the right time. You'd think they would have left it in the quarterback's hand there to try to give him a two-way go or something. But going sideways, needing a yard, don't like it.
1st and 10. The general is out.
Okay.
Aiden Armenta is going to make his debut tonight in a ULM uniform. He knows this offense. Played last year
4-minute-0
at New Mexico, an Albuquerque native. Hardy. Well, he's well over 100 yards now, down to the 30-yard line on that run. What a debut by Ahmad Hardy today. I don't know how many freshmen have had 100 yards rushing in their first game at ULM, but he can add his name to that list.
Just a way to, get the butterflies out of there and get your season started. And how about with the stable of running backs? Ahmad Hardy's still in here, chugging along.
101 yards on the night.
That's what he wanted. He wanted that 100 yards. You'd like to see the coach get that.
But Jones is coming in with 6.5 yards per carry. They have run the football well tonight.
Yeah.
But we knew that was going to be the MO of this offense.
Went blind there for a second.
Yes, we did. Not much happening on that play. Tackled by Joshua Nobles for Jackson State.
Timeout.
Bring up a
Jackson
third.
State.
Jackson State going to call
Please
a timeout.
reset the game clock to 2 minutes and
2:25. They're
34
down to their.
seconds. 2 minutes and
Des,
34
and then we've got the
seconds,
2-minute timeout as well, which is an extra timeout.
Not
so.
the 2 minute.
Don't say that W
That's
word.
Jackson State's
No
second
warnings
charge
here.
timeout.
No.
of the half.
Thank you for
30-second timeout.
Yes, I'm warning you not to say anything but 2-minute timeout.
I guess the NFL has that trademark or something.
Do you think? Game next Saturday, right back here inside Malone Stadium. Hopefully the weather cooperates. We'll be right back as well as Trent Dilfer takes his UAB Blazers into Monroe to take on Bryant Vincent. The Warhawks, and again, storylines there. Bryant Vincent was the interim coach at UAB, taking over for Bill Clark, legendary coach for the Trailblazers. A lot of people thought Bryant Vincent was going to get that job, didn't get it. Job went to Trent Dilfer. So this is Vincent's, finally his opportunity to really have his team. But UAB means a lot to him, and I'm sure that game was one when he saw the schedule. They take it one game at a time, but I'm sure they might have been circled a little bit.
Yeah, these people are humans, I promise you.
Yeah.
A little extra salt on that.
Aiden Armenta on 3rd and 7. Going to throw for the first time tonight.
I like it.
Fade into the end zone. It is
Whoa!
caught after the ricochet for a touchdown. Javon Campbell, he'll take all 6 of those, sir. That was great coverage by Wiggins, but a better catch by Campbell.
How about lulling them to sleep, short comeback routes, flare routes, and then you run the zone read what looks like, and you throw it over the top. I thought it was a pick.
Wiggins thought it was a pick, too.
And
We've had some unbelievable catches tonight.
Look, Kendrick Wiggins is thinking, what just happened?
What more can I do?
Did you see his arms up? Like he looked confused himself.
How about that, Armentis? One throw, touchdown.
Now talk about getting your backup quarterback some experience.
Yep.
100%, one tutty on the night.
I would not be surprised if we might see both next week against UAB.
Yeah, that was a nice ball.
Both have played well tonight.
Could have been. Look, you give your guy a chance, but I thought it was big.
Campbell's had himself a heck of a debut as well.
This? This game went from competitive looking. You're going to see the scoreline. It's going to look like ULM came out here and skull drug Jackson State.
No.
And that is not what happened.
This was a one-score game. Well, that did not look good. It started with a bad snap, and that extra point never had a chance.
Special teams going to get some extra attention probably. One more time it is, guys. My goodness, great pass pro by the offensive line as well. Clean pocket, he drops it in there.
Wow.
Did he bounce it off his head?
It bounced off his head, his chest, and into his arms. And
talk about concentration.
Is Moss trademarked, because that was Moss.
He got something.
In the hands, off the shoulder, off the helmet, into Campbell's hands.
Hella concentration there. And you see his hands in the air like, my goodness.
Javon Campbell, 4 catches, 83 yards, and a score tonight.
And a tutty.
His teammate Wells also has got a touchdown.
That's a good 1-2 punch there. Out wide.
Well, I'll say this. It's going to take a lot. 3 plays, 33 yards in 1 minute and 1 second for Jackson State to come back with this much time. However, it is still a 2-score game. not a 3-score game because of that missed extra point.
Man, they are warming up the buses. Them players on the sideline right now are thinking about who they going to call when they get back to Jackson to try to lick their wounds. And what's practice going to be like tomorrow when you're watching film study?
Miracles do happen, Des.
Absolutely. This would be.
I've seen Stranger Things, the TV show on Netflix. I mean, look, Terrell, 15, 20. Well, that would have helped. But down to the 23-yard line. Carl Glass making the stop.
And once again,
and a flag on the play.
Glass still in the game, running down like it's not 30 to 14, making plays.
Flexing like a young Des Light.
Hey, and he got the you said it looked like the old school Indians with the jerseys like that.
1987-ish.
But they got the
cutoff.
Did you see with the stomach out, a little midriff showing Zeke Elliott like? That's 80s.
I don't know if Zeke Elliott can pull that off anymore.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he ever pulled it.
I never liked it because I couldn't have pulled it off either, so it was just jealousy.
You know, it's like an air conditioner though at practice when you let your belly out.
I can imagine.
It cools you down.
Morgan looking to throw. He will. Ball's caught by Jonas.
For the lead.
Thank you.
Oh! I don't believe he's getting it right. We're going to have a debate.
One of us is getting it right. Yes. One of us is getting it wrong.
We can hear the PA guy.
The PA guy said Fortilla. Oh, we're delirious here in the fourth quarter, but we've had fun here tonight on ESPN+. Ball is dropped off to Ahmad Miller. Well, he's getting his money's worth here in the fourth quarter, isn't he?
He definitely is. And they still got your starters in there right now, by the way.
2-minute timeout.
It's just a 2-score game.
2-minute break coming up.
It is, our first 2-minute break of the fourth quarter in 2024 after this.
Food, drinks, and entertainment. So visit their location, 1510 Sterlington Road. Take advantage of the weekly specials and catch all the games at the Field House. It's time for the Louisiana Lottery play of the game. Let's watch our video board. Check out this touchdown. To number 4, our running back James Jones. It's the Louisiana Lottery play of the game. Let's watch it again. That's another look at the Louisiana Lottery play of the game. After the end of tonight's contest, we appreciate you being here. Thanks for your cooperation. But a reminder, no fans on the field.
Get back with my ex. He said stop. That's my man. Give me top, 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 top.
Under 2 minutes to go here in Malone Stadium. Bryant Vincent, well, you see the clock that soon to getting his first win as head coach of the ULM Warhawks. Des, we said you only get one chance to make a first impression. He's 2 minutes away from making a big one.
A big one indeed, and what a way to cap it off at the end. A lot of coaches that would have just shut down the offense, tell their starter, their second string to go in there and just hand it off. No, these guys have been pounding in camp trying to get better. You want to go in there, you give your guy an opportunity to make a play.
Ahmad Miller gets a first down across midfield, so Jackson State take a couple shot plays here, give them a chance to get an onside kick and keep this thing interesting.
At least try to make it look respectable.
He'll get it off to McCray. But they've held him in check tonight.
Yeah,
but I think he will have a big season, as do I think the rest of wide receiver. I think Jackson State, looking at this team, studying this team, and getting ready for this game, I think they will be one of the favorites if they could stay healthy inside the SWAC this year.
I got to meet Jackson State's athletic director outside, and him and his assistant. That's the first thing they said is McCray is a baller. If McCray catches that ball, the game is changed.
They will get a chance to come back to the 318 in a couple of weeks. They'll take on Graham Fam. Inside Robinson Stadium.
Okay, you see it.
Billy Pullen in there. He affected that throw to Terrell.
Yeah, Pullen in there, trying to get him a sack. I promise you they're in there thinking, let me get some, I need to pop that cherry, get your first sack of the year. Billy Pullen, you got
to get the first one.
Got to, man. Things get more simple once you get the first one out the way.
Yep. 3rd and 4, 1:20 left. He'll hit Terrell out of the backfield. He'll have the first down. Stutter and go. Look at little man go. He's got the first. Ball is out on that hit. It will remain with Jackson State, but a remember me shot knocks the ball loose, but it'll stay alive, and Jackson State will keep this driving. It's former Warhawk Evan Henry getting the fumble recovery.
Evan Henry had to put that thing in reverse real quick, but how about him putting the brakes on?
I don't like the moves by Terrell. A little stop and go.
Jiggy. Who was that delivered that hit? My
away.
goodness. They out there hitting.
Evan Henry gets the fumble recovery, keep the drive alive and keep the game alive for Jackson State. Morgan stops, throws, caught, short of a first down. Caught by McCray.
Yeah, they out there hitting like they owe some money. Wydett out there laying the boom.
Wydett Williams again
coming down here.
Wydett Williams early in this ball game, late in the second quarter with the interception.
Yeah.
That was really one of the big plays that turned this game around. Again, his homecoming, if you will, went to Delta State for a year. He's a 318 guy.
Back in the 318, and definitely made an impact in camp on Coach Benson. He definitely looked for him to be. You could tell who's going to be your players that's going to make an impact, and he's definitely one of those guys. You never know until you see it.
I think we know a couple offensively in the backfield. Ahmad Hardy, James Jones, Hunter Smith will be back at some point.
Yep.
And then we saw Campbell and Wells both get receiving touchdowns. We saw 2 quarterbacks throw touchdowns.
Yep, you got Devon doing his thing. What an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, and we also saw in camp, it was kind of dominated by the defense. We kind of saw why here tonight. This might be a very good defense this year in ULM.
With the way the offense is set up, they're set up not to put their defense in bad situations.
2nd and 1 from the 25 of ULM. Morgan trying to keep his team alive. He's flushed up, and there is Billy Pullen. It took 4 quarters, but he gets his first sack. The bubble has been burst.
Burst the
on that
bubble.
Sack.
Yeah, he did. You know what? And he came off the edge. I promise you, he's been waiting. Watch this dip and rip off the edge. Gets up under and leans. They run a drill where you dip and rip and you lean around this little PVC pipe. And that was a perfect drill.
Makes it 3rd and 10. Under 30 seconds left to go. Tigers got to go end zone. Morgan.
Oh, that's holding.
Throws it to Miller.
These umpires are ready to go home too.
Yeah. 15 seconds left. This will probably be the last play of the ball game.
Billy Pullen got around that edge again. And
if we get another play off.
The tackle decided you ain't getting 2 on me in a row.
Do we have an injury right before the end of the game?
They did call holding. They called it. They tackled him. It was very obvious.
Reset the game clock. 18 seconds. 18 seconds on the game clock, please.
Somebody said, we're not done. Yeah, I thought they were just going to let the tackling of Billy Pullen go.
Mark it off.
Billy Pullen.
Yeah, if you see the replay, check the replay. Watch, he's same dip and rip while he's knocking hands down, and he just goes, come on down here with me.
Look, when Billy Pullen's in a situation where they know they have to throw the entire time, that's an advantage for him. 13 sacks last season. 3rd and 44. 3rd in Vicksburg.
Hey, man, they're still – credit to Jackson State still lining up and dropping back. But at some point, you start to think about your players' health and, like, what are you really doing right now by dropping back like this?
Morgan flushed out, throws across his body, caught. That should be the last play of the game, and it is.
Yeah.
And that will do it. Paul with the last play of the game, and Bryant Vincent. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be a win. He'll probably think it's beautiful. It's win number 1 for him here in Monroe.
Yeah, they're going to get together with his coaching staff. They're going to like that they made the plays when they needed to make the plays. When the rubber met the road, they were very opportunistic. There's going to be some things they're going to want to clean up. A couple special teams issues, a couple, alignment and assignment, but nothing crazy. What a way to start the Bryant Vincent era here at ULM.
And I know this was not what Jackson State drew up for their first game. This is going to be a really good football team. I think they are going to be a legit contender in the SWAC this season.
Very, very solid. They are clearly athletic, clearly have some size. And if they can get with Jacobian and get a couple of those errant passes away, they're going to beat some people. Beat some people.
And again, a lot of names debuted tonight. You're going to hear a lot about this season if you're a ULM fan. Ahmad Hardy. First true freshman running back that's ever started for Bryant Vincent. He showed why here tonight. He was special. So for analyst Desmond Lighton, producer Wayne Gentry, and our wonderful production team, I'm Sean Fox saying so long from Monroe, Louisiana, where the final score tonight is ULM 30, Jackson State 14. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.